a little
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Oh, wait, you can do it now. Oh, dude, I need to send you my recording. What the
children. Yeah, I guess you got a road podcast folks. Hi everyone, welcome to
Muller's like, why am I here?
In the best way.
Yeah.
Cooming in my ear in the best way possible. Hi everyone, welcome to the Real BBC. As always, we decided to do a show this weekend and nothing's happened. Everyone in Hollywood's kept their mouths shut. Everything's hunky-dory. Nothing controversial's happened. Every trailer that's come out has just been sensational. Nothing to see here at all. Oh, wait. It's actually just another regular week in Hollywood, and they're just throwing gasoline all over themselves and blowing everything up. But before we go into what I've moved away now from Captain African American, and I am now embracing Comrade California.
You can do Comrade California. I'm sticking with Captain African American. I think he proved my point. Disbrew pointed it out. He actually agrees with me. I've been saying for years, Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yes.
And you've had a Captain America sequel without Captain America, and Anthony Mackie agrees with me.
I am still grifting 50 for one more day. One last stream. One final stream. It's like, well, we'll get into it. But Anthony Mackie proving that there's no Captain America in the Captain America film.
Proving that adult pretenders are adult pretenders, and they should never speak unless the words are written for them by a professional writer. That's good.
Yes. But what is a professional writer in Hollywood anymore, right?
It is the writers of Section 31.
Red
Letter Media's video, really good.
I haven't seen a Red Letter.
Really good. Like
I don't know.
Old school Red Letter Media.
Ooh, I might check it out. But before we do, Molly, how you doing?
What you want?
I want you.
Oh, I've been literally just going between typing and trying to relax and stay sane by playing some random video games. I actually set up Guitar Hero. It's been a while.
Wow.
When I was so much younger.
I still have mine.
It's fun.
Good. That's a video game I played the shit out of. I got good at.
How good did you get?
I could almost beat my son.
Did he fall off a cliff backwards?
When he was like 8. So
there's Bon Jovi songs in the
I know.
That sounds delicious, Morley. Gary, how you doing?
Great. You just have a really slow January, then the internet gods just provide. Right. I'm right in the middle of doing something else I can't say. It's one of the worst viewing experiences I've ever had watching shit, like watching all the shit. This is right down there with like Rings of Power. It's so bad. Yeah, Anthony Mackie. By the way, guys, Spider-Man doesn't represent a spider in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, Batman doesn't have anything to do with bats. Adrian Curry pointed this out in Geeks and Gamers Daily, and I completely agree with her.
In the film says
there's no iron in it.
Made of iron, so
there's no iron.
Looks like it'll still consistent. Is the Hulk made of Hulk? I don't think so.
You know, Anthony Mackie has gone this far, dude, without really putting his foot in his mouth. Has been pretty okay, right? Like with the promotional, and then just goes off a cliff, and you can see him do it, and he knows he fucked up, and he's rambling after that, trying to make up for it.
Oh, like, yeah. That's exactly what I said. I listened to it with Chat's mum, and I just said, look, he says this, right? And then he says this, and then I said, and then he just rambles.
Yeah.
He just rambles for the
because he's trying, like, we've all done it, okay? We've streamed a long time, and something stupid flies out of your pie hole, and you're just like, I gotta get that. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I'm gonna weave around it, and just hopefully somebody changes the subject really soon.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
You know, but like I say, ride Hagrid, and he's promoting you know, it doesn't cost a company a couple $100 million. So
I mean, that film's crashing and burning anyway, but I guess it'll crash and burn even further.
Yeah.
By the way, Gary, you look more like Captain America than anything I've seen in that film. Just saying.
Hang on.
Oh,
he's gonna go shield. I hope he gets a shield.
Yeah, he's got one. I know that. He's got one. There.
I don't have my headphones on. I look a little more like
No, it's that's the first movie's theme.
Okay. But he's the head of the Avengers, though, isn't he? So I was kind of
not right now. I hope not.
I don't know what is he doing right now. What I mean, Captain America. So I'm speaking about Steve Rogers here. So what? By the way, Anthony Mackie's talking about all of this. And he's literally a character that was gifted something that he wasn't.
It was reparations, as
I know, it's just. Somebody said, "Oh, wait until they blame it on racism," and I said, "Oh, dude," I said that tweet has already been made.
It has been made.
And then somebody replied to that. No, they're never going to press send. It's scheduled to go.
It's a scheduled tweet. Oh, that already happens. What's behind it or not, as we have talked about it before? If it's a Disney third-party company or just people who just have a lot of time on their hands? I don't know. Or bots, or people who have enough money to buy bots. I don't fucking know. But anytime we talk about Miles Morales or certain Marvel things or certain Disney Star Wars things, and it's somewhat controversial, like Miles Morales is Miles Morales or Steve Rogers is Captain America. There's a 48-hour cycle, and I forget about the tweet, and then all of a sudden it hits Reddit or something, and all of a sudden my fucking replies are filled with anime avatars of accounts that were created in October, like 6 months ago, calling me, fucking everything under the sun, and it's great.
They've already prepped all the Captain America 4 ones. They're going for the final. What's the one after that? Thunderbolts. They're probably preparing those ones.
Yeah,
and then they'll be preparing the Fantastic Four stuff after that.
Yeah,
retarded Avengers is coming after.
Wait, sorry, retarded Avengers was Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four
or Section 31.
Or they
that's the Retardians of the Galaxy. Sorry,
that's RuPaul's Drag Race in space.
But more RuPaul's Drag Race is more masculine.
Oh, way more manly. Way more. Should we see? Let's give the audience context if they're not aware. Let's actually see what we're talking about here. So here's Anthony Mackie talking about. Well, you tell me.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like,
Okay,
boo that man.
he was created during World War II.
Yeah,
This is his costume. It is the fucking American flag. His shield is the fucking American flag. You know what's on his forehead? A giant fucking A for America. This doesn't stand for France, right, Mark Millar? Yes. Shut the fuck up. I mean, like, okay, you know those two lawyers who every Friday, shut the fuck up Friday? You ever seen that on Twitter?
No.
It's two lawyers going, it's fucking hilarious. It's
no. I know. I know you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What should you do if you're pulled over by the police? Shut the fuck up. They do that. We need to do that for actors. What do you do when you're asked if it's the gayest Star Wars ever? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, dude, how satisfying it would be to have someone just walk off when they get asked that question. Just be like, just say nothing.
Let's see it in Technicolor again.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like,
was he? By the way, this isn't a defense in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to get context. Is this interview in Europe? He's doing this interview in Europe. This is part of the European
Italy. In Italy, that's
in Italy.
Got a based president right now.
Yeah, so you don't have to put a country down to elevate or to
yeah, Italians feel pretty good about their country. They're not Italians are not insecure about that. Like Roman Empire, they've done some shit. Okay, great architecture, great art, fantastic food.
I mean, wouldn't one argue Captain America is supposed to be the somewhat idealized personification of America? So, like we're saying, America is perfectly amazing constantly. I know Gary might say that, but like there's some people, some things, some events, some areas of it that could use some work, just like with all countries. But the America's whole point is like we're going to be a beacon of freedom, bravery, strength.
Yes.
Yeah, Captain America represents the American people, not the American government. That's what he's always represented, the ideal, not the government.
Yes, he's the what people should look up to. He's what people should he's representing and embodying the ethic of America. Truth, justice, strength, honor, all that kind of stuff. He's the embodiment. That's what people should be hoping to strive to become. Yeah. This is,
when we say he, we mean Steve Rogers, by the way.
Steve Rogers, because he's Captain America.
I just want to point out
Falcon
that the John Walker in Thunderbolts is more of a Captain America than fucking Sam Wilson.
Correct.
You've read the comic.
I agree. Thanks to their show, he certainly is. So they wrote it.
He did nothing wrong. The
guy did more with less than Falcon did. Remember, Falcon saves the day with Wakanda tech. That doesn't feel very like
with an isolationist nation based.
Yeah.
With a wall based.
Ethno state.
With an ethno state.
A xenophobic ethno state.
A xenophobic ethno state that let their fellow Africans starve and ride around camels while they're flying in fucking spaceships. But they want to stand in judgment of us.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So he's just said, I don't think it should, America should be represented. And this is what he doesn't think America should be represented in.
It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable.
So Anthony Mackie doesn't think that America embodies or represents those values.
Man, how do you miss the point of the fucking character so hard when you're supposed to be playing it?
And yet here we are.
Well, I mean, it might get confusing. He's been to so many reshoots, he probably has no fucking idea what's up or down.
which one's it?
Which
film am I pushing? I don't know which version.
Have we had? Is it done yet? No. And I promise you, this thing is probably it's still being edited.
Oh,
they got that runtime out there, but it's still being edited. They're still touching it up.
And then we literally go into. I mean, the way that I interpreted this ramble was essentially that he was complaining that some people don't achieve the American dream.
No, he contradicts himself from Ryan talked about it in his video today. So his favorite superhero was green. I'm assuming it was Hulk or John Stewart. I'm not sure. When he was a kid, one of the two. But he contradicts himself. So he's not green. So he saw himself in that superhero. And this is where they always contradict themselves. And this is where identity politics fails every time. If you're a kid of any persuasion and your parents, or you're told you can't, like, if you're a black kid, you can pretend you're fucking Spider-Man all day long. You can pretend it's only limited by your imagination. And the only people telling you can't are your fucking parents or your teachers or whatever. Fuck them. You know, that's the thing. You know, a lot of black people like Superman. A lot of black people like Batman. A lot of black people like the Punisher. A lot of it's so fucking beneath society to go with this bullshit anymore. Mm-hmm. And, you know, now that we're in the post-identity politics era, it just looks 1,000 times worse. You're only limited by your imagination. A character is a character, and that's why they should make new original characters, or that's why they should have kept him as Falcon, the second black character in Marvel Comics, a seminal character
since Winter Soldier too.
Yeah,
like, he's so far back, arguably a legacy character for the whole franchise, and they've just ditched him as like a hand-me-down. Oh well.
By the way, this take is coming from a millionaire socialist.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You know, it's kind of, this is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true. You know, when I was a kid, you know, all of us as actors, I believe, want to get back to that day before someone told you no. When you look out your door and you see a 5-year-old kid with a stick and he's slaying dragons to save the princess in the tower, that kid really believes there are dragons out there. That stick is really a sword and he's really trying to save that princess. And then one day somebody told him, no, there are no dragons. That's not a sword. And that princess is not there.
Pause. And now what they're telling you is there's no princess. Okay.
There is.
The princess slays the dragon and you can't save the princess. That's what they're fucking telling you right now. This is the era we're in.
What point is he trying to make?
I have no idea.
He's trying to make the point of you can imagine yourself as anything. Well, then why not imagine yourself as Falcon? What's wrong with Falcon?
What does that do with whether or not Captain America should be called Captain America?
It has nothing to do with it. He's trying to fucking worm his way out of totally. Listen, I understand. You go on like Anthony Mackie's like doesn't come off as a total dipshit like Rachel Zegler. He's actually been pretty good so far. So I think he just stepped in it. Too many fucking press appearances, but that's how he really feels too. And maybe you shouldn't be playing this part. Maybe the people who feel that way shouldn't be making a Captain America. Listen, this is a problem the comic industry has had or Marvel Comics has had. They have always felt guilty about having Captain America and gone out of their way to separate the Captain from America. They've even called him the Captain at one point. And the soldier, you know, like they've always done this, right? I experienced this at my comic shop. A couple of professors shop there from San Francisco State, and they're just like, on principle, I can't buy Captain America or Superman comics for what they represent. I'm like, all right, whatever, go buy some more Alan Moore. But
it's a weird way to say he gay, but okay,
yeah, whatever, you know. But they've always felt guilty over it, and the same way with Superman. Why did DC get rid of truth, justice, in the American way? And it's not because, we're trying to get to a global audience. No, it's because most of the people making the comics, not all, but most, fucking hate the idea of America and hate America.
Yes. But they want to take full advantage of everything that America has to offer.
Oh, yes. They
Well, I was actually about to say, hang on. It's so funny to be making these comments from his POV, and obviously probably Marvel would back it, Disney would back it, but it's just like, well, then take the name off the movie. Call it Captain Falcon. Well, that does. Go ahead. Why do you think you're using it? Like,
why do you?
We all know.
We all know why you're using it, because you don't think Anthony Mackie has star power. You don't think the Falcon has enough star power, or you would call it Falcon Brave New World.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's not just taking on Sidewinder. You have to put in all the fucking Hulk villains in this too. You have to fill it with in which it was the same shit we said about Captain Marvel. At the time, my theory on Captain Marvel 2 was they were going to put as many Avengers in it as possible, but the brand had become so damaged they didn't even want to do that. But when you have to surround your main character, what your main character has to take hand-me-downs, and you have to surround them with a bunch of other main characters, villains, that doesn't scream confidence it at all. Also, reshooting your movie.
Reshoot the film 3 fucking times.
that's not confident either. Dude, this has been this is definitive production hell, and now it's PR hell.
I think recently, Frank was telling me about it. Benedict Cumberbatch has just let it be known that he's not going to be in the next Avengers, the first one, but he'll be in the one after or whatever. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, your first returning Avengers, you're not even going to have what is essentially your biggest star out of the selection.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring this up when Gary said that, because, again, I need to ask the question of you both. What the fuck is the Avengers team?
Do you think that they're waiting for the success of this film
on
to decide between several plans? Like, depending on how much money this movie makes, decides just how important Captain Falcon's going to be? Because they need to figure out who's leading the team, right?
No, I think they've actually given up the ghost on that one. This is a obligatory release. What decides the fate of Marvel in the short term is Fantastic Four.
Well, sure. What I'm getting at, I already know that they know. Like, it's obvious that everyone knows this is going to fail. But just how much, right, would decide what role Falcon's going to have. I'd assume.
Oh, definitely, yes. I mean,
because who I would have thought the de facto leader of the Avengers is probably going to be Doctor Strange. But if he's not going to be in the fucking first one, like, well,
I actually thought the de facto leader would be Captain America. Not saying Falcon. I'm saying Captain America. But if this movie fails, I think this movie is not going to do very well. I don't think it's going to do 200 million. Like I said, I think it's probably going to do about 650. Let's say 650. I think it's going to do somewhere around 650, which I think in itself would be a disaster. But if you don't have Captain America leading the Avengers, Doctor Strange is not going to be in this film. Benedict Cumberbatch has already said that. Who the fuck is the leader?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
You know who? No, I don't think it is. Do you know who I think they'll do?
Who?
Black Widow, White Widow. That's who I think they'll do.
Nah.
What, you think Yelena?
They'll do Yelena.
No, I'm gonna go the D+ banner, and I'm trying to remember who's on it.
At the end of
She-Hulk's no longer on it.
The Avengers.
Yeah, I think it'd be Captain Marvel. I think Falcon would have been a possible leader. Doctor Strange. So if it's not, it's got to be Captain Marvel. Here's how Avengers Doomsday works. This is how you make this movie work. You get Shang-Chi. You get She-Hulk. You get Yelena. You get what's left of the Thunderbolts. You get the Task Mistress together, right? Ghost, right? Did I say Captain Marvel? And in the first 5 minutes, Tony RDJ Doctor Doom kills them all.
Yeah.
Brutally.
I've seen two characters mentioned that will account for. One would be Thor. I don't even know that Chris Hemsworth is willing to return at this point.
Yeah, I don't
we don't have great news on that because he did not enjoy Thor: Love and Thunder, which is nice to know because it was a fucking disaster. I think he said something like, until the character is going to be taken seriously, he's not coming back. So there's that. The other mention I saw was Deadpool. I don't think they would make They certainly won't make Deadpool the leader. Whether or not he's involved is another thing.
No. Deadpool. I mean, this is the problem with Deadpool now. Is his movie was insane. Insanely successful.
He's married to Blake Lively.
Oh, that's not a good thing right now. Should have divorced it fucking years ago, mate. But his movie's done so successfully that we're now in Joker 2 territory with Deadpool. And as much as they are going to fly, I mean, I said to Morley, because I know Morley didn't like the film. I said one thing, Morley, that will 100% agree with you on is they are now going to flog this fucking horse with Deadpool. And they're going to use him absolutely inappropriately at every turn going forward. I would not be in the least bit surprised if they just suddenly have nowhere Deadpool's going to be in the Avengers. I would die laughing,
I think he might be. I think he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I think Deadpool's in it.
I think
I wouldn't be
he's
surprised
gonna
they
be
put
in,
him in it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what role is a different?
But right, yeah,
thing.
exactly. Is he just going to be, a little bit here and a little bit there? I think before you make the next Avengers film, you got to bring the X-Men in. And if you're bringing the X-Men in, then you're looking at one of those leading the team, whether it be
This all leads to bringing
or Wolverine or whoever.
So the soft reboot is coming, right? Avengers Doomsday is obviously going to be a multiverse movie because Doctor Doom comes from another universe, and he's going to have to come to. I refuse to call it the 616. It's the 9999.
It's 19999, right?
I think it's the 1999999. It's not the 616. Oh yeah, Miss Marvel's going to be part of that team too. Oh, those
we
Young
got a
Avengers.
Whole bunch of what was supposed to be the Young
Avengers come with the New Avengers.
Isn't one of the Young Avengers 30?
Yes.
Nice time in Marvel.
Isn't the Young Avengers now going to be a TV show?
Dude,
and not
Eddie just turned 31 from Stranger Things.
What?
He just turned 31.
Eddie. Okay, yeah.
Which means he was 27 or 28 when he made. It's like the other day. I digress. They're in a lot of trouble, and you're
Reed Richards leading it.
I don't know if the FF is gonna. Well, they might come over.
I think they're going to bring FF over in the end of the film, or something's going to happen to merge something that they are going to be able to interact with whatever the
by Secret Wars for sure. But no, they have to release a bunch of shit beforehand, and we saw how well that's worked for DC, right? And it does your overall brand damage, like we said before. So if you're looking for them to reach heights of Endgame, I just don't see it. I think it'll do really well. I think these movies will do really well. But where do you go from there? When you get through all the multiverse gobbledygook, what do?
You bank on RDJ and probably cameos through the fucking asshole with every person you've ever known from anything ever. Oof.
And post-cultural shift. That always has to be in mind now. We're post the cultural shift where the general audience is not going to put up with the shit that they put up with before. So good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world.
This is insane. This is crazy. How can you be so how can you not read the room? How can you be so insular that you have no idea how what your audience is and how the world is
it's how you feel. The only explanation is that's how he really feels. Whether he was told by his dad or just being in that bubble of Hollywood.
Well, that's just I'm talking more as Hollywood. How can you just be have a complete lack of self-awareness that you say this kind of shit and you're just turning people off to your product left, right, and center.
I don't want to contradict our good friend Matthew Marsden on Twitter when he says not all actors are like this. And I agree but I think the vast majority are just functionally retarded.
Too many are like this.
Yeah, a bunch of window licking morons who go to parties, debaucherous parties, do a bunch of fucking drugs. Most of them are on drugs, pills of some kind. They have no connection to real Americans at all. They live in a fucking fantasy world and they think that's the world. They are delusional. Absolutely delusional. Now, artists often are, and that's fine, but there used to be a business aspect. And what's funny is the split in Hollywood is the people who make the decisions and pay for everything have decided to bend the knee. They're like, okay, but the people who work for them have not. So that'll be an interesting dynamic to view over the next, because they'll be at war with themselves. They're already there. It was tenuous anyway, because they're really pissed about AI. They're really pissed about, Silicon Valley coming in and taking over Hollywood. The problem is it's too late to be pissed. But if you're so confident in your wares, go off and make something independent on your own. See, they need that corporate titty to suck on. They do. So we'll see if they get in line. based on the Oscar nominations, doesn't look like they are. Doesn't look like they are. But the people actually making the business decisions are like, okay, heel. We'll see what happens again. It's going to be, as Mahler said, an unpredictable year.
I don't mean to hop on this singular point that I consistently.
I admire your autism. So
I was just thinking about it again the other day, as I do, how much of a fucked up situation MCU is, and how many different pathways it could have gone, and how it's like, remember in Captain America 1 on the train, where they're trying to do the mission, and there's that dude with the big like Hydra weaponry stuff, and blast open a hole. And Cap's on the floor, and Bucky picks up the shield to block a shot.
Yep.
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
That's called foreshadowing.
Where Cap throws the shield at him, and he catches
picks it up.
Yeah.
And he's just holding it.
He's got it like this.
Foreshadowing.
Remember in Civil War where they're tossing the shield back and forth, like do a different shit to defeat Iron Man together.
You mean foreshadowing?
It's almost like there was a plan.
What is the term again?
I can't remember.
Foreshadowing?
Oh yeah.
Setting up.
That's a good one, Gary.
Setting up thanks. Setting up. Yeah, I have never heard it. I didn't hear you say it at all. Something that they did in the comic books. And now the Russos are back to help. They're not just back to direct. They're back to help map out.
Back to trying to rescue
to rescue, which is not a dumb move. I saw some people getting mad about it. I'm like, it's not a dumb move. It's actually, it's all they got.
We'll see what happens.
Remember when one of the Russo brothers in Endgame decided to insert himself as a homosexual man?
Yeah, I do.
In a group meeting because he wanted to cosplay a homosexual man for virtue points.
Remember when there was a guy with the last name of Russo named Joe on Twitter who's not either of them? Who's gotten all kinds of following because I think he's
not either of them, but happily lets people make that mistake.
Yeah. So that his horrendous takes, people will try and take a little bit more seriously or legitimate than they actually are. And then more often than not, just the worst fucking takes you've ever heard in your life. Yeah.
No, they made Endgame. Let's not forget that. A movie that was heavily reshot. There's giant chunks of it that are missing that we saw like set photos for. Hey, Captain Marvel made $1 billion and they cut her down to the minimum in the film.
Yeah. Skate fast over thin ice.
It's like they already knew then,
Well, they did. They did. Again, I had my contact. I had my little contact in Marvel, and they were at one of the parties at the New York Comic-Con, and they were openly mocking the film before it come out at this party. They were talking about
Wait, how Marvel or Captain Marvel?
The Marvels.
The Marvels.
They were.
I meant about Endgame.
Oh no! I mean, Endgame is Endgame. It's got plot holes left, right, center. Yeah, there were things, but Endgame comparative to anything that's come after it.
My guess, she was cut down because they didn't feel like she had earned any. Like she shouldn't have been in the fucking movie. They shouldn't have put it in between. Like putting in that Deus Ex Captain Marvel to have a Superman scene at the final battle is just fucking terrible.
But Marvel had the opportunity to write her well. I mean,
yes,
of course, to write them well as opposed to the comics, which had written her like a fucking see you next Tuesday.
I mean, no, they should. Brie Larson was miscast. I don't think I'm breaking any news. No. Horribly miscast. You needed to find somebody with charm on the screen, charm and charisma on the screen and on the red carpet. That's what most great actors possess. They can just play. Jack Nicholson can just play himself in every damn movie. Nobody gives a shit because he's Jack Nicholson. And he's fucking cool. So Brie Larson was the opposite of that.
Obvious choice.
She was she's not very good on the red carpet. She's a sitcom actress at best.
Dumb bint.
Yeah, like her best role is Scott Pilgrim. And people say,
"Oh wait, yeah, you guys haven't seen Room, have you?"
She won the Oscar for Room, didn't she?
I mean, I'm sorry, but that film is excellent, and she is excellent in it. Like, there's a reason she got that Oscar. She's not. I would not say though from Room that it's clear she should be playing Captain Marvel. That's because as Gary just said with the whole like charisma on screen, I was actually like, yeah, you don't get that in Room. Room, she plays like a horrified victim who's desperately trying to deal with the situation she's in, and she does it really well. But it's not that Oscar was enough. Like it's how it
She's
works.
not going to command presence on the screen as a hero when you're all, yeah, Captain Marvel's here.
Yeah, like
because proof is in the pudding.
I agree that she was either she was miscast or they didn't have a director with balls to pull out an actual performance from her. But the thing is,
one of the directors didn't have balls, literally.
But
how many directors were there?
There was two.
Oh, wait,
two
was there?
directors
Okay.
in Captain Marvel. Yeah.
In any case, dude, I was annoyed. I remember watching Endgame, and I was already annoyed that she was the one that saved Iron Man at the beginning. If you remember, I was like, that should have been Thor, shouldn't have been her.
Captain Marvel would have succeeded if they had different writers, different directors, different catering, different production values, and a different actress in a different time. But if you have some charismatic female actress who's unflappable, who like when she's she makes it through the military with all the shit that anybody from the military goes through, men and women get shit all the time, and she handles it with humor, with a little nobility, it makes you like her more. If you really need to show that stuff, you show how she handles it. Instead, the whole damn movie is every man wants to keep you down, and you've been great all along because this is a hero's journey. We just had to take the little tab off your neck, and you're awesome.
Remember Dina Meyer and Starship Troopers?
Yes.
Everyone liked it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
It's brilliant.
Yep.
There's lots of little blueprints in all kinds of
Rico
movies.
That's the one he should have gone for.
I mean, he was going for it. Let's be honest.
Too late. Too late.
He got a night in.
But here we are.
Hot as fuck to this day, by the way.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she
like
is.
the full cast and everyone's looking grandpa-ish, but she's just there looking studded. It's like, huh.
You see her throwing up her Batgirl pictures on Twitter the other day. Yeah, she was in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Yeah.
With
the Huntress.
With the Huntress,
who was the daughter of Selena and Bruce for some reason.
Yes. The only the credits, man. They show the Killing Joke in the opening credits. That's the only thing worth watching that show for.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a great show.
Amazingly enough, it was canceled. Back in the old days when they canceled shit like that, if it was made today, it would have gotten 5 seasons.
Well, it would have got depends when it was released. At what point? 2015, 5 seasons. 2017, 3. Oh,
we're 5 years later, and we're hearing about like, hey, we brought back the Russo brothers and Robert Downey Jr. and the Fantastic Four. Blah, 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 blah. Then fucking Anthony Mackie says this. It's like
we want you to bring back good writing. That's what we want you to bring back.
Yes.
They'll get Doctor Who flashbacks. Not kidding.
We'll talk about Doctor Pooh in a minute.
Oh, good Lord. Why?
Look, guys, it's all the actors you like. Look, guys, it's all the creators you like. Look, guys, it's the IPs that you enjoy.
How about the writing we like? How
about the values we like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna base Daredevil on Penguin, even though Penguin was based on Daredevil. It's
Don't
like,
worry. That's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go there. Don't fret.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Unsolicited advice for Hollywood that you should absolutely take. End all promotional tours now. They get you nothing. There's no clicks with them. The only clicks are when your actors say something fucking stupid. And this is against my best interest because I love these clips. They're fucking great. They're hilarious. But none of them get any traction. It's a giant waste of money. It's only, Chris Gore mentions, it's only there for the fucking adult pretender's ego at this point. Nobody pays attention to this. There's too much of it. And you can save a ton of money by not doing it at all. And it won't hurt your movie a bit.
Remember the interview that went around for Leslie Headland with The Acolyte from the Mary Sue YouTube channel, right? Like it was, I think it was a clip that Theory had been sent from someone who'd seen it, and I saw that, and then I found it, which took fucking ages because I couldn't tell what channel it was from.
Yeah.
And then eventually get it, watched the whole 40+ minutes, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is just an insane nonsense rant about all kinds of," and make a whole episode of EVAP out of it. And then it's like, "Oh wow, this interview. How come no one's really talked about it?" It's like there's like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because these promotional, they're like, why? What do you think that that's 1,000 extra views of the film? Is like, it's not how it works.
You look at like the Star Wars Twitter account, for example. You look at who they retweet. They retweet accounts with like 30 followers that go, "Look, I'm posting pictures of the next episode of the Star Wars show that's on this week." Star Wars goes and retweets it. They get
it's
35.
chills. It's
like,
the chills. You didn't watch the Red Letter Media video, but they actually use the term shills.
Wow.
Good for them.
What video is this?
In the Section 31 review, they use the term
I haven't seen that yet. Yeah.
It's great. I'm like, oh wow, look at that. And catching up, baby. That's good. Nobody.
Red Letter Media fucking complete and utterly simp for Kenobi.
Oh god. Dude,
I have no
I remember they
that.
took shots at Theory for the Acolyte stuff. They apologized eventually.
And they completely simp for Kenobi. It was fucking embarrassing to listen to them do that.
Well, it's weird, right? Because they're the quintessential like Star Wars criticizers.
And they also threw up a couple of my thumbnails without watching the video.
They did. Wow, yeah.
in reference to like me pointing out a fact and like completely missing that I thought the movie was good. Furiosa, by the way. But it did flop. And it was an inevitable flop.
They've struggled with Star Wars coverage for a while now because you can tell they're so checked out. They checked out with the prequels, so they were long gone. And so like trying to talk about these things when they know it's a really good thing to talk about for the channel, of course.
They were honest, like that's why Section 31 was like they admittedly because they admitted, they come out and say like, hey, I haven't watched Strange New Worlds, I haven't watched Discovery past season 3, so they questioned some canon stuff in Section 31 without knowing that Kurtzman changed the canon, right? They still got it wrong, by the way. So what they pointed out was still correct. The canon's wrong. Like Rachel Garrett's in it, dude. As Rachel Garrett's, like young Rachel Garrett is in Section 31.
Dude,
Section 31 takes place.
None of this fucking makes any sense.
It takes place in the pre-TNG timeline. So like Picard would be 40 at this time, roughly.
Well, Picard is Picard, not Patrick Stewart. Picard is about 62 when he takes over command of
he was born in 2307. So this takes place, they mentioned, because they open it before Discovery, so before TOS.
Wait, hold on.
Carry on, by the way, I'll be right back.
How can Rachel Garrett?
Because I'll get to that. When Emperor Georgiou leaves at the end of season, is it 2 or 3? It's 3. Is it 2305? I thought it was 2307. Hey, I'm going off the top of my head. Thank you, Grand Admiral.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah, come on, give me a break. She goes through some time rift, and it's unclear where she goes back in time. So she ends up back in time in around, like in the TNG, in the early pre-TNG timeline, post TOS. So she's in the 24th century. She's in the early to mid 24th century, right? So but the young Rachel Garrett age doesn't line up at all. And also, they changed the timeline. This might go to, no, I'd love to say this goes to it. They erased Star Trek Discovery from canon and Strange New Worlds, but I think it's just a mistake. So they pushed the eugenic wars from the 20th century to the 21st century in Strange New Worlds. But in Section 31, the eugenics wars, because there's one of the characters comes from the eugenics wars, says clearly, I'm born in the 20th century. So they pushed the eugenic wars back, and he's from the eugenic wars. So they pushed it back to the 20th century. So they either didn't pay attention to their own canon or they erased it. It is 100% they didn't pay attention to their own canon. It's such a fucking mess.
Yeah, I mean, we know that from the fact that Kurtzman we've heard Kurtzman talk about Star Trek. He doesn't care. It's got nothing to do with Star Trek. He's made that perfectly clear now. The fact that you bring up with Red Let Media, for example, the fact that you said that they said we're not watching Strange New Worlds, we're not watching this, we're not, and you know how one thing you got to say about Red Let Media is they are colossal Star Trek fans. That's their big love.
Yes,
Star Trek, not Star Wars. Star Trek. So
their knowledge of like real Star Trek is
they're not watching Star Trek. Big Star Wars fans, big Batman fans. We're not collecting the fucking comics no more because of shite. We're not watching the fucking TV shows because we want to be entertained by them. Some of us might watch the show for work, for streaming, for FNT, for videos or whatever, but nobody's watching it in terms of entertainment value. So if we weren't doing YouTube, for example, none of us would be tuning into any of this. Marvel's down the fucking shitter in terms of the MCU. And the MCU has kind of devolved now just into crap. It's just crap. Because they're sort of trying to get away from that in some respects, but in the same respects, holding on to some of it. Nobody cares about any of this fucking shit. It's gone. It's all a fucking mess. You got James Gunn's DCU in absolute fucking disarray. You got him saying, "Oh well, on films which aren't part of mine that we're still gonna make. Now we're going to put an Elseworlds logo." People are going to go to cinema and go, "What the fuck do Elseworlds mean?"
I know.
only if you collected DC in the fucking 90s would you understand what Elseworlds fucking means. So they'll have no meaning for anybody else. They'll be like, why have we got a Batman 2 with Patterson and then we've got this guy who's saying he's Batman for fucking Brave and the Bold? Why is this film... It's so fucking confusing to normal people. It's a fucking disaster. It's a mess. You got the Fantastic Four set in a completely different fucking universe. You got Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. fucking Doom. You've got... Nobody knows who the fucking Avengers are. There's no Iron Man. There's no Captain America. There's now no Thor. There's none of the original Avengers. There's no fucking Hulk, for Christ's sake.
Nope.
People are just like, what is going on? This is just a fucking mess. Everything is a mess. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. Everything is a fucking vat of sick on the ground. And nobody wants to fucking eat sick.
No. And the only one who looks like they might be doing, and I mean, when I say change, we're talking like maybe 6%, maybe 7%. But the only one that looks like they're trying to change something is Marvel. Disney Star Wars isn't changing in any way, shape, or form. Star Trek isn't changing in any way, shape, or form. Doctor Who they're all doubling down and quadrupling down.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, like, these things are like, they've been dead. They've been dead. They're zombie franchises. And we'll see if Marvel becomes one or not. But Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who are all zombie franchises and have been for a while. And it's ego and hubris. The people in charge are never going to admit they were wrong. They're never going to pivot because they came here to be, particularly with Russell T. Davies, who said, I came back to Doctor Who to be an activist. To be an activist. That's what he specifically came back to it for. So he's not going to change.
Doctor Who to apologize to the trans community for his comments in 2017.
Yeah. It's when you try to, this is what, my last video I talked about, Hollywood really loved the fact that they were influential. That was their currency. Ego is their currency. These people will burn fucking money as long as they look virtuous and right, because they're a bunch of fucking drama queens. And they need constant adoration. And when they get a little clap back, they lose their fucking minds. So now that they've lost relevancy forever, nobody takes them seriously. They don't know what to do. And that's where the existential crisis is how do you deal with failure? That's basically one of the great foundations of character building is how you deal with failure. You have to fail. You have to you have to eat a lot of crow, eat a lot of humble pie, and they just won't do it. They refuse to do it. They run from it, and they just will never admit they were wrong and never admit you were right. With all these properties, everybody needs a lore expert or a fan council, and they'll never do it. Case in point, Rings of Power as Tom Shippey.
Yeah.
Tom Shippey, widely respected, universally loved lore expert, Tolkien scholar, was unceremoniously shown the door.
Yeah.
Because he kept on getting in the way of progress, because they didn't want the lore to get in the way. But if you want to do this right and actually make money, maybe take the extra time to listen to somebody like Tom Shippey. And I don't know, if you're a writer on one of these Marvel projects, I'm sure if you're in Hollywood, you have a friend who read a lot of comics. Fucking sign them up on the side, and they'll talk to you about it. And sure, there's a lot of different aspects of fandom, but most fandom understand the core of Spider-Man and Captain America and Batman. Ask some questions. People have done that. People have reached out to me. I don't charge anything. I just spent a couple hours talking to them and telling them like, hey, and they would ask me questions like, is this a girl boss thing? And I would say yes. When they were talking about their plot, whether they listen to me or not, I don't fucking know. And believe me, they're paying attention to these live streams too. And they're seeing what you say in the chat. And there's a lot of people who have the desire to fix this stuff and can't because of the roadblocks they get from middle management, producers. So, I mean, it's not an insurmountable problem to fix, but it's going to take more time than they have, if you know what I mean. Like they have to root out a lot of fucking poison out of their industry. And in the meantime, other people will change faster and make shit that people like, and then it will shift. I just don't know how this is the death knell. Remember like how many comics had the name Death Knell? It's like there's so many. Like I remember like every couple of years it'd be Spider-Man or Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Nightcrawler, Death Knell, but this is the death knell of Hollywood, and especially the superhero film right now. So, Superman looks like Ricky Berwick.
Dude,
that trailer, dude.
I am so confused by that Superman trailer. I'm like, why did you release this Superman trailer that had everything in the old trailer apart from one really terrible looking flight scene which looked like it'd been made in MS Paint?
Yeah,
it's awful. If
his eyes stayed in one place, it'd have been fine. But the fact is that you let that get out there and you don't fix that digitally. And you know what? It's probably something he was doing on the screen. And like sometimes your eyes do that. I get it, but holy shit, it's the first thing you fucking notice when you see that. It's like, what's going on with his eyes?
Yeah, it was his face in general. I was like,
so CGI.
He looks like discount Henry Cavill.
Also, you know what they say about when someone tells a joke and no one laughs. It's like if you start explaining it, it's like sort of too late, man. There's no need to like explaining a joke is too late. No. But this kind of feels the same way with James Gunn coming out being like, listen, okay, it looks this way because of this. It's not this, and some people have said it's this too, which is not. It is. And it's just like, dude, really doesn't matter what you say about the shot. It's like too many people have automatically reacted like, oh.
We mentioned this when James Gunn came on. It's like, good luck, man, because you're gonna have to deal with Snyder fans. You're gonna have to deal with Marvel fans. You're gonna have to deal with DC fans. Okay, and this is and there's a way to do that. Shut the fuck up and make something good. Do the best you can. Don't interact. Don't mix it up. Fans are going to say what they're going to say. I can hear that. As we can hear that.
Yeah, I'm just going to play it. God, I'm so glad that wasn't porn.
I mean, it could have been from the sound of it. Who knows?
So glad it was fucking.
But it's such an easy way to do PR, people. It's like, hey guys, we really want to make the best movie possible for you. Okay, we want everybody to have fun at the movie
Oh,
theater.
man, the expression, it hits me straight away. I'm like,
It looks so fake. It looks so fake. His head just look like,
Also, why would you put this fucking shot in a TV spot? Shouldn't it be a trailer?
On a playoff game. This played during the fucking NFC and AFC championships, right? Like a lot of people watching.
So weird to not put it in like the first trailer or the trailer.
It just very weirdly distorts from side to side. It doesn't look natural.
I want this movie to be good. I really do. I want a good Superman movie.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first movie I'm flying this way, right? Because we see him at one. He's like,
oh, that last one was it, dude. That last shot was I was woo. I was on the West Coast.
What was that? The first time.
The more I see about this Star Wars Superman film, the more I'm just like,
is that Freudian?
Well, yeah. Insert franchise here more.
Yeah.
It just looks. I don't know. It's not igniting me. It's not igniting me with
new, but
with excitement.
We'll see. I suppose.
Hey, maybe it's just like the worst campaign in history, and then we see the movie. It's like, fuck, that was way better than the trailers. I hope, because then the narrative will be Superman doesn't sell.
Oh, dude, look, just no. Just can we just no?
Don't let it get you down, Az.
No, it's this whole attitude of Hollywood of we'll just make crap, and then when crap fails, blame audience for not watching crap.
Yep,
and promote person that failed.
The endless cycle.
Yeah. Christina Hodgson, here, have another fucking crack at this.
It couldn't be me. I'm Tom King. I'm a genius.
It's just when is somebody actually going to start taking some responsibility? When is a company, a Warner Brothers, a Disney, or whatever? When is they actually going to take responsibility? When are we going to get back to that Joel Schumacher, Batman and Robin situation? Where he goes, do you know what? I wanted to make a film to entertain somebody, and I'm really sorry if it didn't work for you. You know,
that's the first company that starts turning around. The one that does that.
And we're just not getting it. We know
we were told this woke shit was getting like the new next thing, and we really gave it a good shot. The motherfuckers out there saying, "Oh, diversity is going away," and they never really tried. Shut the fuck up. They buried their fucking industry trying.
Yeah,
you can't I'll be critical of Disney and Hollywood of everything, but you cannot be critical of them not trying to be woke. Okay, they really gave it their best try.
The fucking good old college try.
Yes.
But we've all said it, but I think we all have said it today. But we've all said it, and it's completely and utterly correct. Comrade California. That fails. We all know the headline's going to be racist audience reject black Captain America. We all know that. We know it's the point where it's already boring, and we don't have to really entertain much of it. But we know that's what the mainstream media is going to go with. We know that's going to be the mainstream line. Your Vices, your Vanity Fairs, your Rolling Stones, they're all going to have this racist audience rejects black person. Oh my God, blah blah blah. The film looks like a fucking disaster. You don't have your big heroes there. We've got bloody Thunderbolts coming after this fucking mess. We've got Fantastic Four set in a completely different universe. And then we've got Ironheart, which was made nearly 3 fucking years ago, which is going to have all the 3 years ago politics. And this is your universe to your audience. This is what you're putting in front of your audience. And you want to blame them for this shit? You yourself have said they knew that Marvel's was going to be a fucking disaster. They cut it down to 98 minutes or whatever it was because they knew it was going to be a fucking disaster. They hacked it to pieces. They know that this is going to be a disaster. They've made the film nearly 3 fucking times. They know where the fault is. However, we all know, once again, we're going to get blamed. What happened when the Marvels failed? What was said then? Men boycott the Marvels. Men don't go to see the Marvels. Men reject women. What happens? More men went to see the Marvels than women went to see the Marvels. What do we see when the Acolyte fails, when all these Star Wars things fails? Oh, racist, bigots, homophobes, incels, blah, 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 refuse to support alphabet bloody thing. Where's this fucking outflux of woke people? Where are you? Where are all the fucking women supporting the women? Apart from the fact we all know women hate fucking women. Why are you there? Where's your money? Where's the money in all of these fucking projects? Non-existent. Why? Because you just fucking put a tweet out for engagement. That's all you do. You put a tweet out for an engagement. You get a bunch of same like-minded people liking, retweeting it. You get 30,000 fucking likes or whatever it is. But you don't put a penny towards these fucking franchises, nor do the bellends that like it or retweet it. You just want the fucking attention. None of you care. None of you really support this. If you supported this woke movement, if you supported this fucking LGB movement and all this fucking bollocks, trans, blah, blah, dog shit, then these films would be in the stratosphere. They'd be doing fucking huge numbers, but they're not. Why? Because there's no audience. There's never been a fucking audience. Why? Because you're looking at a fraction of a community and then finding a fraction of a community within the fraction of the community while rejecting the vast fucking majority of actual people that made these franchises what they fucking were.
Actively telling us we don't need you.
Yes.
But it turns out you do.
Guess what? You fucking do. You've needed us for decades upon decades. And your generational franchises like your Star Wars, where the parents watch it as kids and then they grow up and then they take their kids and then their kids grow up and they take their kids. Then you get Kathleen Kennedy with a big fucking retarded fuck off mouth and a dumb fucking lesbian fucking feminist cunt coming into the fucking company going, we don't need these fucking old Star Wars fans. We're going to build our own audience of fucking nothing.
We don't need a Star Wars for 51-year-olds, and who are the only ones left watching their fucking shit? 51-year-olds.
But nobody is. Skeleton Crew was the most apt to name fucking show on the planet.
I know.
Because that was the fucking audience, a Skeleton Crew of people. A Skeleton Crew of Star Wars fans that are left. You're making stuff for an audience of nobody. And then you're blaming everybody for the failure. These companies, all of them, Marvel, Disney, fucking Warner Brothers, the whole fucking job lot of them, game companies, you bringing them all in. And then you need gutting out. Gutting. Get into California and gut these companies.
And then get them out of California.
And then get them out of California. Gut them, move them. Fucking go outside of your bubble. Sniff the fucking flowers. See what the real world's fucking like. None of you do. Because you live in your own little fucking isolated world where you think that fucking 158% of people are gay and you have no fucking... You think you're all fucking walking around with I love fucking Harris, Biden is my daddy t-shirts or oh my God, trans lives fucking matter. You don't even know what a fucking thing is that you're talking about. You just virtue sing. And you think that's the real world. And it's nothing like that. You can't read the room. You don't understand when things go against your ideology. You don't understand how poisonous it is. You don't understand just basic facts of divisive behavior and why talking about politics whenever it hits any sort of medium, be it comics, TV, film, toys, whatever. When you deal with divisive topics, you're going to cause divisive audiences. That's why you shut up. That's why you create fake politics, world politics within those universes. That you can discuss thematical things. You can discuss race, gender, sexuality, and you can disguise it in entertainment, like Star Trek's been doing for fucking decades, Gary.
They used to do.
Not social justice, social issues. Social issues, because social issues...
Morality tales.
Yes, they bridge different audiences. Allow the person to make their own determination.
And you don't preach at your audience, and you leave the question. You try to be balanced with your argument, and then you leave it open-ended. You don't tell people what the answer is. You present a problem, and you have to figure it out as an audience member, because it's treating you with respect. But they think you're all as dumb as they are.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're not.
They treat you like some single-digit IQ'd moron. They treat you like you're literally just a wallet that needs to be siphoned off. They treat you like, because brand has been put on this product, you must purchase because it's brand. And then when you don't, why did you not buy brand? Are you a bigot? Are you a homophobe? Are you a racist? Are you a sexist? No, it was shit. Nobody's opposed to black characters or females as leads. Jesus Christ, we grew up with a plethora of all this all over the place, Garrett.
I hate them all.
But what we do like is quality. What we do like is entertainment. That's what we like. What we don't like is this divisive ideology, this divisive politics. What we don't like is being called racist and sexist for not picking up your slop. Can we just get back to return of good and bad and mediocre films where we could just say, well, that was good, bad, or fucking mediocre?
We did that once on this show, I think, right? Between the three of us, we had a good, bad, and mediocre rating for something.
Yeah. That was our reviews of Deadpool 3.
Oh, well, it was that, yeah. I was thinking it was either that or like Guardians 3 or something.
Guardians 3 and
Guardians 3,
Deadpool 3. Yeah, that's pretty much what the review was. No, well, they can't now. They won't. It's a matter of desire. They could change tomorrow, but it's just a matter of desire. They can make all the excuses in the world. We can't not release this because we have deals. You could figure it out. Hollywood, you did this to yourself. You created all these problems. You gaslit the audience. You're the one who put divisive politics and current year politics in stuff that's supposed to be timeless. And you put an expiration date on it.
Can't be timeless when it's current fucking day.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, man.
No better way to date to date your product when multiple intellectual properties that are supposed to be for mass consumption are using immigration allegories. Star Trek, Doctor Who, Marvel all did immigration allegories within a year of each other.
Dude, which one did it the worst? Because and what I mean by that, of course, is like take the Skrulls, for example. Like,
Skrulls?
what the fuck were they thinking?
Romulans?
In terms of like what messaging they get out of it.
Doctor Who's done it multiple times. I think technically, they did one in Shurigatwa's season. Shurigatwa.
Shuri, I saved you. Let's get off this death planet.
Let's get off the death planet. No,
I'm not going to leave the death planet because you're black.
Yeah.
That show. Let me scream and cry like I've done in every episode. Oh my God, did you like that subtle messaging? Everybody's racist.
In Picard season 2, they literally take on ice. They do.
I mean, dude, Frozen War is a tough battle, you know?
Oh my God.
Just please stop. Please stop. But you're right. The first company that actually decides, do you know what? We need to take some responsibility for the product that we're putting out. We need to look at actually uniting audiences and not dividing audiences. That's going to be the company that's going to have the best chance Oh, Morley, just in case I don't know if you're aware, you know that Assassin's Creed toy that was going to come out that had the half destroyed Tory gate? Because
yeah, cancelled.
That's now coming back out, and they've got rid of the Tory gate, and it's now just a rock, but it's the same toy.
Well,
The
there
same.
you go.
Yeah, that's coming back out.
I just saw someone mention, by the way, Terminator Dark Fate. That's another one, Gary, that had the immigration.
Yes.
allegory in it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So,
And that was all. And that all came from the quote unquote Muslim ban, which ban, which wasn't a ban. And believe me, they're going to do it now because they need to protect all of the rapists and drug dealers and sex traffickers. Those are Selena Gomez's people.
they're her people.
They're her people.
It's
Even
a
though
little bit
her
concerning.
parents were born in America. She was born in America. You know?
Dude, when I saw the news about her little video, first thing I did was Google Selena Gomez net value or whatever the fuck, and it was like 1.3 billion.
Yeah.
It's like
Billion.
what? Jesus.
Billion. Oh, and she
If only there was something she
immediately.
could do to enact her own interest.
Yep, she got a bunch of heat. Like, hey,
Dude,
you
I
got
can't-
people started showing her mansion. It's like, can't you have them here?
It's
J.K.
that
Rowling
meme.
did the same thing. She bitched about she has an 18-bedroom mansion, and everybody's like, well, you should house them in your 18-bedroom mansion.
The crying into your dollars meme, you know, with Woody Harrelson. That's all I see whenever I see that shit.
I know, dude. Shut the and like this year of all years, Mahler, where we just proved that like nobody gives a fuck what they say and people are done with it. She comes out and goes full 2017 on us. It was great. This poor Selena Gomez, oppressed in America, worth I'm sorry, what was it, Mahler?
1.3 billion.
1.3 billion oppressed Mexican American who's actually just an American.
Yeah, apparently she has like a clothing line or something. Because I was like, how the fuck? And just, that's you know, it's just money makes money makes money makes money. So she's got some that you could take off. Like she could spend the 300 million and probably not notice.
It's like Sting. Sting got ripped off $10 million by his accountant,
Yeah.
and he never noticed until like years later.
Oh, that's the kind of money I'd like to have.
I know. He's like, oh golly, oh gosh, I lost
That is
$10 million 20 years ago. But he was a good accountant.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we have to keep the retarded takes going. So let's now move to Daredevil, the TV show.
Yay!
So here we go. Showrunner Dario Scadabane says Daredevil Born Again is a lot less navel gazing than before. The earlier show, at its best, was fantastic. At its worst, it was two characters in a room talking about what a hero is.
Don't you fucking dare. Like, don't you
you Daredevil.
I've got you, bro. I've got you. I felt that had been done. I'm not taking swipes, but you are.
That you
I
just
literally are. What do you mean? Like,
You're taking a huge swipe. I just didn't want to hear characters grousing about their lot in life.
ugh.
Mahler's response is perfect.
Do you want to read it, Morley? You can read it.
Describing some of the best episodes of the series as navel gazing is next level audience reassurance for the new series. Obviously, referring to like on the rooftop or stuff with like the in season 3, like all the conversations related to his religious sort of.
Yep.
It's that you all know this. I feel like it's so annoying to actually state it as though it's not common knowledge. I think Daredevil's built on his continued introspection, his actions being pulled between contrasting worlds. Punisher being the darker hero with definitive conviction was perfect as a foil. Who the fuck wouldn't want more scenes about their lot in life when that defines their actions? We want to know the why, the how, and the response to more challenges to their perspectives. Who wouldn't want to know why these men are heroes?
Right?
It's like my favorite parts of the series, and he's like, we don't want any more of those heroes talking about stuff in rooms. It's like, what the
Don't want any of that characterization, motivation, development. Don't want any of that.
Tell me you haven't read a fucking Daredevil comic without telling me you haven't read a fucking Daredevil comic. Daredevil is Marvel's Daredevil is Marvel's punching bag. He's always been introspective since the Miller era. This is his thing.
I'm not even sure he watched the Daredevil fucking series on Netflix.
You know, the argument that he has with Punisher, I live for that shit in my storytelling. I love it because it's not just the fact that they're conflicting with different ideologies. They're so well represented that it feels like intelligent people having the argument instead of what we get in a lot of stuff, which is like, this is bad. Why? It's so wrong.
Right. Father Lambton, the night nurse, Claire Temple, like those are great scenes. They're great scenes. They help develop this thing called character, and it's characterization. And that's why I think when done right, superheroes, especially ones like Daredevil, are better suited for serialized storytelling on a prestige series than a movie where they're fighting some giant beam of light going up, like this is what makes it good. That's what made Penguin good, right? Daredevil's better than Penguin. Don't even, think it's not. Penguin is not better than Daredevil, but Penguin's pretty good. And I think Penguin and the Batman borrowed a lot from Daredevil.
Yes, I would say so. Certainly in terms of tone
and
in terms of writing. But here we go again. Daredevil Born Again showrunner compares the series to the Penguin.
If I can pause you there, that already, like, that as the head, you're just like, surely you can't fuck this up. I assume he's just going to be saying, like, people love the Penguin for its, take on the comic book genre adaptation, blah, 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 and we're hoping we can reach the highs of something like that in the modern. You'd assume, right? That would be the comment. Carry on.
We're even more grounded, even less stylized, even more rooted in the here and now. I loved Penguin. We're a little faster, meaner, cleaner in our story. Dude, this guy's
whoa off. You are calling your shot, buddy. I hope this is great. Hey, if it comes back and it's great, it's like, all right, respect. But if it doesn't,
even still, though, why antagonize for no reason at all? Like,
dude, this is why
I don't get it.
Stop all press tours. They don't help. Like, this is the only thing that's making circulation right now. And like, you know what happens in the first episode
of
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. You know what happens in the first episode. So, and I have been told definitively that it's a slow burn. He doesn't don his costume until about halfway through the series, right?
Yeah.
He still does Daredevil shit, but he's not in a Daredevil costume until halfway through the series. So I responded to Mahler by, wow, that sounds like a huge opportunity for a lot of navel gazing.
What was one of the best things about the trailer? Was this fucking sit down talk in the fucking diner with Kingpin?
Yes.
So the guy's just like, did you even see your own fucking trailer, dipshit? And did you like the way that fucking Vincent D'Onofrio was sort of not even looking Matt Murdock in the eye and saying, do you know what? It's not such a pleasant thing.
Things can be
like
gritty.
That introspection right there.
And the less stylized thing I'm a little hung up on. It's like, what's wrong with being stylized? It's a comic book show.
Gary, this is unprecedented for me. I've never seen someone say, I've got less style as a compliment to it.
Yes.
It's like, oh, all right. Sure.
You've just had a movie that made $1.4 billion at the box office, where one of the things that this comedy character said was, oh, look, you actually look like Wolverine. Like, you're not embarrassed to be in a superhero movie. And then you get this. Oh, well, we're far less stylized, What, like you're embarrassed to be in a superhero show?
I just don't understand what you're thinking. Instead of bringing up the Penguin and just being like, I hope we can get the same kind of critical acclaim. We're working as hard as I believe they did on that show, and that it's nice to see these really awesome new adaptations that are kicking ass and getting so much support from the public. But instead, you're like, we're going to be better than the Penguin. Like, okay. And the fact that he's cleaner in our storytelling.
I hope so.
Well, if you're cleaner in the storytelling, why is half the show, half of the stuff which was like dismissed and cancelled by Feige, and the other half of the show is the new stuff that was fucking done because the beginning shit was meant to be crap? This is literally like two different fucking ideas meshed into one for this series.
It is, and they kept one in. Like they kept a little bit in, but they pretty much started over. The White Tiger stuff, I think, is a carryover from the 6 or 7 episodes they had already shot and completely scrapped.
Hellbound.
Hellbound finishes strong.
Yeah, season 2 of Hellbound's fantastic.
You know what? I mean, in all honesty, as far as TV shows are concerned, there are very few that have finished strong. Precious few. But I think Quentin Tarantino was talking about this. He's like, what is a TV show? Well, he's trying to think. He was talking about it in terms of a movie, like it doesn't finish strong, and he's kind of right. But they're character journeys. That's why we follow the characters. We should talk about Quentin. Quentin said something pretty interesting today.
He did.
What did he say?
He said this is the worst era of films in Hollywood's history. Think we've heard this before from maybe some people we know. I'm not sure.
And we've been saying it for actually forever and stuff. But then you also get these people every once in a while who are like, anyone who says it's the worst era ever has no idea what they're talking about, doesn't understand the industry, doesn't know what films are like. And then you have literally Tarantino
say it.
All these different like juggernauts of films saying, this year is not great.
It's shit.
He ain't wrong.
You ain't wrong.
He's not wrong at all. This is the worst era in Hollywood's history. Going way back. And I don't know, I've been around a minute. So I've seen some pretty good eras when Hollywood was influential, relevant, creative, groundbreaking. I would even say there was a time where they did set trends. Not anymore. It's where trends go to die. And creativity goes to die now. And that's why Quentin Tarantino is like, I'm going to go do a play. I'm not going to I'm he's not in a hurry to make his last film. Probably, he probably wants to see like what happens to the movie theater. The theatrical window thing has been brought up a lot, and Netflix is just fucking not going to do it. They might like bend the knee to a creator here and there, but they are not going to do it. And why should they? They make so much money. They just raise their fucking prices again. They got 19 million subscribers in the last quarter. They're like fucking making money hand over fist. They have no reason to do that. Although it would make them more money. It would be smart.
Where are those subscribers from?
Oh, I don't know.
The free fucking Disney Plus they give away?
Well, they're not from America. So if they're from a country where the dollar isn't as strong, it's kind of meaningless. But they do it to pump numbers for investors, right? All those subscribers from India,
yes,
didn't amount to shit.
Yeah, same with WWE. They saw that there was huge numbers watching their free videos on YouTube, and they said, "Where are these huge numbers coming from?" And then they determined that these huge numbers were coming from India. So they said, oh my goodness me, there is a huge demand in India for WWE. So what we're going to do is we're going to release the WWE network in India at $10. Not understanding that $10 was like a fucking month's wage in India. And the reason why they had such huge fucking numbers from India for the free stuff on YouTube is because it was free stuff on YouTube.
Yep.
And so none of it translated into profitability. They even put an Indian WWE champion in an attempt to gain some sort of interest. Did it work? No, it was a mitigated disaster and they had to end it. Know your audience. Know your target fucking audience.
Yeah, that exchange rate's a killer.
But even with Penguin, you could have easily just said, Penguin has just seen huge success. Colin Farrell killed it, won himself a Golden Globe. We like to think that this show is very much done in the same sort of authentic tone. Try using words like authentic and not less stylized and shit like that. Just anything. But don't lower something, and then again, don't try and pull something down in an effort to elevate yourselves.
Yeah, that's
the
why
weirdest stray bullet ever. Why the hell did they even bring Penguin up?
I have no clue. Stupid.
Didn't need to.
And then just imagine if this is just nowhere near as good as Penguin. I like the trailer. Thought the trailer looked good. So just imagine if this turns out to be a big fucking flop.
Fringy's like convinced this will be terrible. I know a lot of people are. I'm like 50-50 on it. I really am not sure.
I'm not convinced it'll be terrible. But we'll see.
I just don't know.
Right now, I'd just take good.
Yeah, I would take good, pretty good. That would be great.
Nandayar.
They just shouldn't talk.
Hey,
just shut the hell up.
I think a lot of the dudes just need to shut the fucking mouths. Just shut your fucking mouths.
Well, can you at least train them, for fuck's sake?
I know.
Jeez.
But they think they know better. They think they know better. We are the plebeians. We are the little people. They look down at us. We are just consumers. We're not discerning customers. We're consumers. We slop. Everything they do is fantastic. We're not allowed an opinion. We're the ones who've got to keep our mouths shut. We open our mouths. We're toxic. We're haters. We're this. We're that. I think more people have taught. Well, I think more people have talked an audience from going to see a Marvel film or a Star Wars project or anything from the companies themselves than any video drinker, you, Gary, me, Razor, whoever you want to pick has done. They've done more harm to their brand than anything imaginable.
James Gunn says new shot of Superman faces as 0 CG. Fans say we can tell.
He shouldn't have said anything. I'm very tired of him being able to speak.
That's from the Hollywood Reporter. Oh God. Good luck, superhero film.
As if there isn't fucking like 10 hours of post-processing CG slime on that shot, We all know.
There again, I don't fucking believe a word that comes out of James Gunn's fucking mouth.
0 CG. Oh, so he's really flying through the Arctic there. Okay. Shut the fuck up.
No, this is the guy who said Flash is his favorite superhero movie of all time.
Yeah, man.
The best superhero movie he's ever seen. James Gunn. But
have you seen my Sonic 3 edit?
Yes, it's great.
Have I seen
my Sonic 3 edit?
No.
On Twitter, everyone's been making them. I felt like mine really hit the mark.
Yours hit the mark. I think yours was the peak. You can't put any song to it, okay? Because I tried to do like "Hurt" by Johnny Cash and it didn't work.
That's the link, but I don't know if it's playable. Because
can I have it in mute?
No, the whole
you
point
need to hear the song.
Listen to it. Yeah,
I think you can play for like.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
It depends if it belongs to Warner Music. If it does,
I wouldn't want to because you might get the
out later.
Down. I don't know.
Look, chat. You've been exceedingly kind to me over my birthday. So if this gets demonetized, who cares? We'll do it for the live audience right now.
I will say, just for context, for anyone who doesn't understand, Sonic 3 came out. There's a scene where Jim Carrey dances with Jim Carrey because he plays two different characters, the Robotnik and Dr. Eggman people. And the dance is wacky and fun. And someone then made a tweet saying, I'm pretty convinced that you could put like Eddie's song in the world over this and it would probably fit. And so I took that challenge and I applied what I believe is one of the worst songs in the history of humanity.
It is.
And yeah, there was results.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
So now we can just dance right through. That sounds like a challenge.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs.
Oh no!
You know what this is?
Yes. I think I do anyway. I'm not a connoisseur, but is this Friday?
Yes.
Just wait for it.
It works though.
It does work.
It's so weird.
Look at this.
This is the saddest thing. Oh! Oh no! It actually does work perfectly. Is this something to do with how all tunes are made nowadays? Well, this is kind of scary. Oh man!
Party and party and
Party and
party and party.
party.
Good God.
GG. Oh wait.
Mine sounds so much better.
Oh, which one's that? Hey, I found it. Hold on.
That was really good.
Oh, I got that one.
My God.
Friday's my jam. Best song ever made. Friday.
You know my favorite. My favorite part of the Friday song is when she just goes, fun, 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 fun.
Fun, 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 fun. Friday.
Got a new toy. Got a new toy. Gotta play with my new toy. Oh, where do we start with this fucking shite? Do we go to the Doctor Who channel, I guess?
Oh, God.
When you put Doctor Who in anymore, it never brings up the actual channel.
I'm the new female writer for Doctor Who.
But you got a penis.
Which layer of
Red
hell are you
giant
from?
penis.
And all your books are about fucking, this book is gay. What's the tea? Trans. You need to chill and oh my God. Anyway, I can't even find the official Doctor Who. Here we go. Do we actually there? Bang. Oh dear God, this is fucking him. Okay, so here is our. This is apparently a good thing. I don't know. You tell me, chat. Doctor Who official account. Our retardis team just got a bit bigger. Welcome aboard our new writers for season 2. Juno Dawson, some dude in a wig. Inua Ellams, Peter McTeague, and Sharma Angel Walfall.
What?
Well, Charnel Angel
Walfall. Guy, this Juno Dawson's a dude. Inua Ellams is a Nigerian. I mean, this is how they've been described. So I'm just going by how they've been described. A British Nigerian poet.
Okay.
Sharma Angel Walfall is something. Peter McTeague is the token white, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's written for Doctor Who in the past.
Yeah.
So
at least we know.
So Chibnall got a bunch of soap opera writers just like this, and also an activist poet to write episodes of the first female Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker. Yeah. He looks like future dictator of an African country.
Well, I mean, it's a very commie look that he has, and if you actually look up his name, he does like this sort of comrade look. He does dress quite a bit in this sort of paraphernalia, shall we call it? So let's go and have a look at some of the things that have been said. Oh, look who's number one when you put Doctor Who into Twitter search, X search.
Oh,
yeah, this dude, some dude called Nerdrotica.
Carry on, by the way. But while you're going, I'm just gonna, Gary, I just posted something in the chat. I'm curious have you seen this yet? I don't know how new that news is or not.
Oh, I saw this as the show was going on. I'll go to it after. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's quite ironic because that's exactly how it looks, but okay.
Knowing what I know, that's very strange. You know what? This is the school of Kurtzman. We're going to say the things people like to hear that are not applicable at all to any kind of reality. So we'll get to that in a second because I can tell you
Star Trek. This kind of the next season is going to be more like the Star Trek people. No. Disney Doctor Who is a zombie franchise, just like with The Acolyte. It is the culmination of multiple failures that is the signature on the death certificate. Trans author Juno Dawson has joined the writing team for Doctor Who's latest season.
Wait, so is this season 3 of the new show?
2.
I thought 2 already happened. Like
they've already done it, yes.
No, it's just felt like 2 seasons. They had a series of specials and then they did a season.
So they're announcing who's written that season. Is
yes.
What this is?
Yeah, so they're announcing who's written this upcoming season, which comes out in a couple of months, right?
Say springtime.
Yeah.
For Hitler.
I will be right back. Sorry.
Okay. And because there's been no, I know Mauler's not here, but I'm speaking to Mauler, who's known. But there has been no word on season 3. There's been no green light for season 3.
No.
Disney purchased, they spent $100 million on 2 seasons for Doctor Who. This is the 2nd season. Nothing has been said about the 3rd season. Russell T. Davies has made some noise saying we're still waiting, as if to try and put a bit of pressure on Disney, who clearly do not give a shit about the pressure. So these are some of the books from this wonderful person. You Need to Chill, a story of love and family from Juno Dawson. This book is gay.
Are these written for kids?
I wasn't insulting. I'm just literally reading the title.
Are they written for kids or adults?
These are written for children. From what I'm aware. What's the tea? The guide to all things trans and or non-binary fatigue.
Fucking self-obsessed, narcissistic, sociopathic, mentally damaged people.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck what you want to do with your cock. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. Get out of looking in the fucking mirror. Nobody cares about you this much. This is a minute percentage of the population. It gets even smaller when you say it's genuine.
Yeah.
And like, it's such an obvious, you're pushing stuff on children. That's where the line gets drawn. They try to conflate a lot of things, but what most people have a problem with is pushing this shit on fucking children. That's the line you do not cross ever. Nobody's going to ever be okay with that. Not even most of your own fucking side. Why do you think so many people are just breaking off back to the LGB? Because they don't want any fucking part of this.
Because the organization got
it's a loser.
Came in and
it's an absolute loser. But man, your government in particular really wants to push this shit.
I know.
So you could like, you're a transphobe. No, get the fuck away from kids.
No, you're a
With
fucking
any sexual
you're a
stuff.
groomer, you're a fucking sex pest, you're a fucking
Get the
pedo.
fuck away from small children with any kind of sex education. Okay. I had mine when I was like 6th grade. It was 12. But we're talking about pushing it on younger, on single digits. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, disgust is not fear.
Fucking disgusting.
Don't fear anything, just repulsed. Juno Dawson, this book is gay, removed from Children's Books Island Reading Guide. How sex apps work. Upload a tiny pic of yourself to the app. The app works out your location. The app tells you who the nearest homosexuals are. You then chat to them. Because they are near, it's easy to meet up with them. Children! 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 This is your new Doctor Who writer! The family fucking entertainment show!
BBC's got a little history. Jimmy Savile, a presenter who just, like, is that guy going to jail? That presenter?
Which one?
The
newsreader?
The newsreader, yeah, the teleprompter reader who was pretty popular.
I don't know. He's in.
Well, he probably won't go to fucking jail. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gangs denying there's a bunch of gangs going on, doing horrible stuff to children in your country right now, trying to push against that. Yeah, a bit of a history.
He's talking about Hugh Edwards, I think.
Yeah. Hugh Edwards, thank you. Yeah, Jimmy's dead, and they had to move his fucking grave. They had to move his grave.
Oh, they had to move. Jimmy Savile's grave. Yeah.
Mahler had been talking about it's a tough watch, but that documentary on Netflix about him, holy fucking shit, everybody knew.
Dawson's book explores growing up as whatever and addresses a variety of issues, including sex, politics, and stereotypes. However, the book has been challenged due to sections that provide detailed advice on anal and oral sex and sexting. Children's book. Children's book. Wonderland by Juno Dawson, a review. This objectification of children's bodies should also raise a critical eyebrow. And I'm sorry for reading this next bit out. Alice says, the fact I exist is enough. The fact I'm young is a bonus. I'm a blow-up doll. Added to this, Alice boasts about his perky little boobs. These views can only be cultivated in a porn-saturated society, as can the circumstances around Alice's disturbing confession that he, legally still a child, is having an active app-based sex life with books that use phrases like, let them use your body and get fucked both ends like a little piggy. And you're a fucking cum slut, worthless tranny whore. Should not be recommended to children. Your
Wasn't
new
expecting this
writer-
today.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't worry about the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the music's the least of
what's crazy
demonetized for.
is you will get demonetized for criticizing this. That would be my guess.
That's the insanity. That is the insanity.
Also, small correction: the grave was taken away, and then they sanded down the whole thing and broke it apart, I think. But the notable element of why everyone wanted to destroy it, not just because it had like celebrating all of his accolades on it, which is enough to want to destroy that piece of shit, but it also had his like final quote on the grave, which was it was fun while it lasted. Like the grossest fucking thing that could have been on there.
Dude went into children's hospitals and buggered kids who were sick.
Yeah, they go into detail on that story of the kid who had like a broken leg or something. But he was targeting like mentally ill people as well.
Yep.
And this is so this is one of your new writers for Doctor Who. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where this wonderful family show, what was once a wonderful family show, has now gone.
Mom and dad, your sisters, your brothers, we could all watch it together. It was a good time. Brought people together. We do viewing parties in the store, and all make shapes and sizes would show up and have a good time. Universally loved and it broke through in America. It broke through in America. I always point this out that you can find Doctor Who figures in Walgreens. So I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then the age of the message came, the age of identity politics, the age of separation, the age of division. And we all know diversity means less white and less masculine. And they took all masculinity out of Doctor Who. And guess what? It doesn't work when you do that. So now they're playing to their base. Look what their base is as.
Well, I think the ratings show who their base is becoming, apart from smaller and smaller and smaller. Dude, I mean, I can't help but feel that it's going to slide below fucking 2 million, isn't it, this season?
Oh, yeah.
How many episodes? Is it only 6 episodes as well?
I think
Wait,
so.
Really?
Yeah, and the Christmas episode,
Maybe.
which was sandwiched in between 2 really popular shows, didn't do spectacularly at all.
No, it did the worst Christmas ratings, I think, ever.
Yeah. And their highest Christmas ratings were Voyage of the Damned.
Voyage of them, yeah.
Like 14 million?
Around there or thereabouts. Yeah. And this one was like overnight.
1/6 of your population at the time.
I think it's the saddest one, isn't it? I mean, it's often like in terms of like an IP's fate compared to where it could have gone. Because, you know, Star Wars and Star Trek both still have all of their big celebratory releases, whether or not they get anyone watching them. But Doctor Who can't even pretend. It's just...
Oh, they begrudgingly came back to the Festivus special or festive special because they stopped calling it a Christmas special. And Chris Chibnall straight up took it, moved it to New Year's Day because we wouldn't want to offend any Muslims. That was their motivation, by the way. Holy shit. I had a dude who used to work in merchandising, friend of mine from back in the comic shop days. He's the one who was telling me all this stuff. He was the one who's like, you are not going to, so they're not just going to turn her into a girl. They're going to completely change the origin because they're worried that people will just skip her adventures. That was the quote. So we have to solidify her in some way. And that was the entire motivation for doing the Timeless Child, the Timeless Children.
It's funny. I think it has the opposite effect. It's like now there's even more reason to ignore her.
Well, it is getting ignored because the ratings just go further.
Well, yeah, it's again, like this is apathy. Like there's nowhere to go. And honestly, it's because they put money into it, but it's the same reason like Ironheart's still coming out. And it's the same reason they never canceled Star Trek Discovery. Because you can't cancel the Star Trek show that had a black female lead.
Okay, right.
It will look terrible.
2023, Jodie Whittaker's
final
special, then she regenerated, and then David Tennant came in. Sorry, David Tennant came in. Then we had those 3 specials, yeah?
Yep.
And the Christmas, this is 2023, not last year, 2023. 4.73 million overnight, ending with 7.26 million in the 7 days. So that's your added the iPlayer on, okay? That's 2023. So 4.73 and 7.26. So this last year just gone, 2024, that 4.73 was down to 4.11. And that 7.49 was down to 5.91.
And by the way, those extended 7 days are bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's not people
It's like
watching the show all the way through. It's somebody clicking.
The wrong one.
Yeah, it's somebody clicking on for like it's a matter of seconds.
Yes.
Unless they've changed it, the iPlayer uses the same metrics as YouTube. And we're talking about an hour show, not a 6 to 16-minute video on average, unless you're Mahler.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, a 6-hour video is like a year's worth of videos.
A little bit.
Probably more. I have to do the math. X-Ray Girl's not here. Probably
By the
more.
way, the AI, which is the audience rating for the 2023 Christmas, was 82, and for the 2024 Christmas was 76.
What's that RT score? I didn't even look.
It's anyway, because time is a ticking. Let's quickly look at this. Let's just quickly look at this because we didn't give any context to it. Hudson Thames.
That could be pronounced anyway for all we know.
I know for him it could be Thames.
Yeah.
But in the UK that would be Thames. Hudson Thames. The voice of Spider-Man in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man says his biggest fear was that the show was going to be annoying and woke. Which is
allowed him to say that?
Because they're trying to get ahead. They're trying to get ahead saying, oh, even though you saw the trailer and Harry looks like a fucking black woman and fucking other Osborn is black also, and Mary Jane is Asian with blue hair, and Flash is fucking a 6'4" guy, woman, whatever that fucking trailer was that was just a complete fucking DIE dog shit. Pretend that it isn't. Pretend that it wasn't. I thought it was going to be woke and fucking annoying, but actually it's amazing. Nah.
I mean, I've never seen this as a strat from them before, and it feels odd.
Well, culture has shifted, but here's the deal. How many times do we hear from Alex Kurtzman before Star Trek was coming out that this is going to be more Star Trek? This is going to be a more optimistic view of the future. And then we see a Klingon's baby severed head and a guy get his eye drilled out. So just what I know through people who have seen this, Dr. Connors, black woman. The lizard.
Yeah. Well, that's the lead. I mean, we got Harry Osborn, black guy.
Uncle Ben, long dead when he becomes Spider-Man.
Okay.
Long dead.
Mary Jane is that Asian, by the way. Somebody's thought, yeah, it is. Mary Jane is that fucking Asian with blue hair.
No, her name was I forgot what her name was. She says her name in a clip. It's not Mary Jane. I don't know if it's MJ.
It's MJ. Ming Jiang.
Something like that. Yeah, it's MJ again.
MJ. It is MJ.
This was supposedly it's been greenlit for 3 seasons. Okay. I mean, it's Flash animation, so I can't see how hard it would be. We were looking at one clip and like characters are like standing still in the background like this. If you find the one clip they put down, it's like there's just cutouts. It looks like fucking South Park, but not as good.
No, her name was not Something Wong.
It was Holy Fuck.
We too low.
Dude.
The trailer looked fucking DI. It looked like a
Mahler,
DI.
you're right. That is an interesting strategy. That is a new one. That is a new one.
I haven't seen that one before.
I think it's pretend it isn't. Just pretend it isn't. Regardless of the fact that it is and it looks it. And we've shown the trailer that displays it clearly is. Just pretend that it isn't. Just gaslight.
Certainly, I mean, just without seeing it, it certainly looks like they're trying to make Peter Parker Miles Morales.
Yes. Petey Parker.
Oh,
yo.
Hi.
Petey Parker out.
This one's
deuces. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gaslighting 101. Alright. Oh, by the way, any hopes? Just FYI, guys. Any hopes for that show? Excited?
No, absolutely none. Let's keep in mind that this is Disney Marvel's first Spider-Man project without Sony. So this is their first they decided to introduce the most popular superhero in the world through a shitty cartoon. That is their introduction. No Sony connection to this. So this is Disney Marvel's debut of Spider-Man. I'm sure kids are gonna love it. Like little kids are just gonna watch the shit out of this.
Are there any viewing figures, by the way, for Creature Commandos?
No, animated shows aren't gonna show up. Animated shows are not, even if they're like X-Men 97 didn't show up. Popular show, but the amount of audience who was gonna sit down and watch an animated show was sorry, animation fans out there, it's smaller. It's very small. I mean, if based on the success of X-Men 97, I go, oh, maybe we should continue Spider-Man the animated series. That would make sense.
Spider-Man and Friends.
Maybe we shouldn't have canceled Spectacular Spider-Man, which was really fucking good. But going back to maybe we shouldn't have canceled Earth's Mightiest Heroes because that was really fucking good. But instead, you get Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man for 3 seasons.
You gonna give it a try? You gonna see what the first episode's like?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Yeah, I'm making everybody watch at least first couple episodes for FNT. Yeah. I've got them working on something way worse. They'll be thanking me for watching Spider-Man after I make them watch
Captain America.
Well, if you're covering pop culture, you should watch it.
I'll watch the first episode, but I gotta say, from the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be a cringe fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
Just look cringe as hell.
Did you hear the theme? Oh God, it's so bad. It is so bad.
Hello, fellow kids. Hello, fellow kids. That's what it felt like to me. Well. Let's get into some super duperies, potpourris. I nearly clicked the end stream for a second. Whoopsies.
I've done that before.
Whoopsies. Take a 610 with a $5. Says Molly. If the EFAT crew hasn't seen Jupiter Ascending, you have to give it the EFAT movies treatment. It's Eddie Redmayne's best performance.
I am very aware of Jupiter Ascending, and we'll probably do EFAP on it someday.
That would be great. I would love to see that.
Oh, I've never.
That movie is something.
Never wanted to see.
Saw it in the theaters opening day.
Is it Channing Tatum or is it the other one? It is
Channing Tatum.
Marksman of 117B with a $5 says Geek Grind needs to move out of America's new chew toy. Also, Mauler, if you are a monster for that Sonic 3 song edit, perish for your crimes. Oh,
they don't need to move to the.
Come on, everyone loved being reminded of
Friday.
The Colombian president bent the knee in record time, so we don't have to worry about it.
An hour?
It was about an hour. Yeah.
He had to ask his transsexual girlfriend.
Yeah, then send his presidential plane to go pick him up.
Oh my God.
They said tariffs wouldn't work. Yeah, they will. The threat of them will work. Okay.
Seems to be working fine right now.
Jesus. There's a meme. It was great. It's like it's the this one and this one meme, and it's like bombing countries we don't like, and it's Trump going bullying countries that piss us off. It's like that's there you go.
It's 39 minutes. Apparently, 39 minutes. 39 minutes.
39 minutes of what?
until he capitulated. Dr. Rain
Whoa,
King,
really?
yeah,
Shit.
with a 5 Canadian, says, Gary, RE, your list of working man movies. Don't forget there's an organization that oversees them all, the Union 2024 with
Wahlberg and yes, yeah. All these working man movies that are out right now, including one that's called The Working Man. The bricklayer, the accountant,
the working man.
It's the beekeeper.
Yeah.
That's Hollywood trying to reconnect with the working class, by the way.
Hello, fellow working class.
Dude, if it worked, I mean, it's like if everyone is just Jason Statham doing like fucking, grouting tile or something like that, but then he has to go like get his daughter back from the cartel and kills everybody with a grouter. That's fucking, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. About the story with the 5 Canadians says, I don't know about y'all, but I'm very interested in the Clayface movie written by Mike Flanagan and produced by Matt Reeves.
Keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Until I know more, I'm going to reserve judgment.
Wait, hang on.
But
so produced by Matt. I would have thought, because this is the James Gunn's universe, Clayface,
yes.
right? Yeah.
No.
I thought it was.
It's James Gunn. It's James.
Okay.
Everything DC is James Gunn. Even Matt Reeves, like James Gunn is their boss. He
mean
runs
like
DC Studios.
No, I thought
we have two active DC universes.
Yeah. I thought it was in the Batman's continuity.
I thought Clayface was in the James Gunn continuity, but no, I don't know.
Well, okay, so Clayface dies in Creature Commandos, but they said he's not dead though. James Gunn came out and said he's not dead. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Aduan Mulholland with a £5 says, greetings from Royland. First ever super chat. Thank you very much.
Dude, do you have the same voice? No.
Wait,
I gotta train you.
I know. I'm a big fan of all three of you. In your opinions, which scene in the MCU signaled its decline? Up
Captain Marvel.
the RHA, up the rap.
It signaled its decline. The all-girl scene in Endgame. Captain Marvel and the all. I mean, like it's debatable, but if you're talking about
Captain Marvel, the movie, right, and like the major point being made there is just this horrible shift in storytelling, where we go from overcoming adversity and learning more and more things to make you a better person and to make the world a better place, into you were always amazing, and in fact you're more amazing than you even thought you were. That was like this weird transition they had from phases 3 to 4.
As Gary would say, the hero's journey.
Or hero's journey. But that's like some of that bled into Endgame, unfortunately, and it poisoned the well. Absolutely. Like there's scenes of Endgame that are good. I remember when I first reviewed it. And then was talking to Comics Division on an early form of Friday Night Tights. And by the time we liked it, and by the time I was done, by the time both Comics and I were done, we're like, no, we didn't. Maybe it wasn't that good. Because we just ripped it the whole fucking time.
I just remember like souring on every sort of end of everyone's stories, right? Like, because Thor, I think everybody was negative on almost immediately.
Yep.
But then you had like the Hulk was awful.
Birkenstock Hulk, yeah.
And then there was Cap, who I think out of the theaters, like, yeah, that works. And then you think, and you're like, no, that's actually the worst thing ever. that's horrible.
Everything he was about as a character.
And then you take in all the time travel mechanics don't work the way that they think they do in the film throughout. It's all nonsense. But then there's also just how stupid they were. Like, with that kind of power, that's what they did. It's so fucking reckless and stupid, all of them. And like the way they fight Thanos is stupid. And they don't give the Hulk or Drax their payoffs for beating Thanos. Because remember the story they set up for Drax and they completely dropped it? And then, of course,
dropped it.
The Hulk getting his ass beat by Thanos, that's the obvious setup for he would fight him again and win. But no, you don't get that. And then the all-woman scene is one of the cringiest things in the history of film.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
all the
so much about
women
Endgame.
just gathered together for some reason.
When the
we
Civil
know
War split, right? The significant fracture that destroyed the Avengers and then led to Thanos being relatively less challenged. That is fixed in one scene where Tony and Cap they just shake hands like, right, let's get on with it then. It's like, oh,
dude,
okay.
and the Thanos they fight is from the past. It's not
Oh,
even the one that beat him.
Oh, fucking hell, that was such a mistake. Summarized by like, you took everything from me, and he's just like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what? You know, it was all to set up this big group scene. I just think there's a better way you could have done it, but they went with, and then the 5-year jump, the 5-year thing was
Jesus, yeah.
It ruined Marvel forever, because that would be something that it would take you years, generations to recover from the repercussions of missing half your population on Earth, and then just one day they blip back on Earth. Never mind that some of them were in moving cars and planes and trains, and the Earth moves, so they would have all like reappeared in space and died. You know, like
in space.
Dude, Gary, imagine open heart surgery people.
Yeah.
They just fucking respawn with their chest ripped open in the middle of like some street, and they're just like, ah.
You're on a plane, you just fucking respawn and just woof.
Yep. And then they used a plot point to try to in Falcon and Winter Soldier to make a criticism of capitalism by the Flag Smashers didn't want to give back all the shit they stole.
They stole, yes.
And they were righteous cause where they killed people.
Yes.
That show was like the best argument against just like idiots trying to destroy everything because they don't like the way the current system works. The whole show presented the argument against Falcon at the end. The fact that those senators were like, we have X amount of supplies, we're doing our best to cycle them to the people that need them. We can't get to everybody. We're doing what we can. What would you suggest? That he goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do better.
He actually did. He actually just went, I don't know. I
don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
You just, do better. Just like, thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. Hey, maybe next time you're fighting Thanos, do better, okay? You know, like it's all your fucking fault, asshole.
He was addressing the female senator, and then when he wanted to say you got to do better, turn to the male senator. You got to do better, senator. I can't tell her because she's a woman.
Remember, we can't call them terrorists. Don't call them that. Like,
we got to stop calling them that. Okay, we got to stop calling the people that blow people up in terrorists. And we got to strip that man that killed the terrorist that just murdered his partner, part of the group that just murdered his partner. We got to fucking vilify him for killing the terrorist and saving people.
That show is downright wacky. Having a scene where Zemo is like executing all the flag smashers. It's just like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
This is fine.
And the fact that he gets his chance to take the serum and he fucking smashes it, I was like, oh, Zemo's cool, man.
I think Zemo is one of the characters that has come out relatively unscathed from everything he's been
absolutely
in.
And
yeah. He was fantastic in Civil War, and he really did get through Falcon the Winter Soldier without damage for the most part.
And even he was waiting at the monument.
Yeah, you knew they'd capture him, and I guess we'll see him again at some point.
We got some good memes. He's out of line, but he's right.
He's right. So just say he's right. That's all you have to say. He's right. Piston with a €2 says, as when is Doctor Who top 10 part 2? It's been 623 days.
It'll happen before the win's a winner.
Yeah. We did it. Didn't you hear? We did it. Moving on.
That was a phone call. That wasn't a stream.
Kenneth LaRock with the membership for 22. Thank you, Kenneth. What's the frequency? MJ UK 84, the 2 Canadian says, would the Brits kindly pronounce khaki for Gary? It's khaki.
Khaki?
Oh, well, so Americans would say coffee, is it?
No, we say khaki.
Yeah,
khaki. Khaki. It's khaki.
whatever.
Think khaki.
You're talking to a country that's got like Coxbury and Vagina Town or whatever the fuck. You know,
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Dildo Avenue.
I come from Cockington.
Yes. Oh, I know that place. Boojalicious the third with a $10 is morning, fellas. Never got around to Breaking Bad, but started watching Better Saul Call first and go from there.
Better Saul Call.
Better Saul Call. Better Saul Call. Better call Saul first and go from there. Is this the move? I'm thoroughly engrossed after season 1. Bob Odenkirk is great.
Yeah, you can watch it in order now. Now you can watch Breaking Bad.
The thing is, it goes past Breaking Bad at the end.
Yeah, it does.
You need to be careful.
You might need to like watch Breaking Bad. Maybe there's a season order out there somewhere.
Someone could probably get you a guide, but I always, whenever people ask these questions, I'm always like, bear in mind, this was built to be assumedly watched after Breaking Bad. That's in the same way that people are like, oh, watch the prequels first. Like the prequels were built after the OT, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Now with Yellowstone, you could definitely watch the prequels first.
Decades. Anyway, DB with a £2 says Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Yep.
That's a true story. Mikey Guslow with a $10 says, got my dad to watch The Substance over the weekend, and he loved it. He was very impressed with the performances, the effects, and the themes dealing with vanity. Hope you all do a stream on it. I saw it recently, saw it about a week or so ago. I thought it's fantastic. I really, really did enjoy it. It's got some great themes. It's got some great themes about self-loathing, accepting yourself, the system of vanity, Hollywood. There's lots of different things that you can read into it, but I thought it's a very good film.
And it's a damn shame Demi Moore is going to lose her Best Actress Oscar to a dude.
If that happens, she needs to carve up her own face and slap it on his star on the Hollywood.
I'm telling you, it is going to happen. These votes are done early.
Sorry, that'll sound unhinged if you haven't seen The Substance.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm going to see it this week. I'm going through all the Best Picture nominees.
Oh, it's really. Have you not seen it yet?
I've not seen it yet.
Oh, I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's very, very good. It's got some good, like, tonally. It's got some good shifts because there's parts which are very kind of like serious and earnest. Then there's sort of some sort of, you know, levity. Then there's the second part. There's so much satire in the second part. I was laughing uproariously towards the end. I was just pissing myself laughing. It was so funny, but it really, really good. Chat, big recommend.
Just wear a diaper, apparently, because you piss yourself, which is terrible, you know. But
I like to just let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Big Ounce with a $5 says Weekly Marvel versus DC. Two animal men that turn people into their animal and have psychic powers. Okay, Gorilla Grodd versus Sauron.
There's a Sauron in.
Yes, there's a Sauron in Marvel.
Okay.
And that's tough. Ooh,
I don't know this Sauron character.
I'm gonna go with Gorilla Grodd.
I don't know this. Gorilla Grodd's powerful fucker and a psychic. But I don't know this Marvel Sauron, so I don't know my comparison there.
Lord of the Rings Sauron is going to kick Gorilla Grodd's ass.
Yes, yes, that wouldn't be a contest. So that's where we are with that. Sele Akimba, if I've destroyed your name, dude, I apologize. With a $2 says Nerderotic never did the re-up yesterday.
No, I was sick.
Oh.
So I'm doing it Thursday. I don't know if you got the message on on community section, but I'm still a little under the weather. But Thursday morning, I will be doing it. So apologies for that.
There you go.
I was supposed to be on Side Scrollers, but we had to move it because I was sick yesterday. So I think we're doing it in like a month or something like that. Sorry to Side Scrollers, but
William Jones with a $50 with a
50.
yeah, boy.
yeah.
$50 William says grift for one more day. Yes, sir, I am.
Oh yeah, you said you'd take that down.
Yeah, I know.
He's a liar.
Oh
Well,
my God,
no,
it's birthday
he's-
month.
he's-
Celebrate me. It's birthday month.
It's my half a decade.
You're a grifter.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. I was going to take it down, and then I realized Real BBC was on my channel this week, so it stayed
Was
up.
Sauron in Marvel Fanfare chat?
I don't know.
It's an X-Men villain. Yeah.
Grift.
It's like-
He
it's
was
like a
in
dude
Return of the
pterodactyl.
King,
Yeah.
Two Towers and Fellowship. God, how do you not know this?
If he's like a pterodactyl.
Well,
it's really
there's
not ripping.
Sauron and Sauron.
Okay.
What about
Sauron and
What about
Sauron.
Soren? Soren?
Soren, like the cake. That's Soren. Griff for one more day. Go for ripping the silverback for the hoose. William, I would, but unfortunately, ripping the silverback is on Eric's channel this week, so I don't get anything. So it's all over after this one. It's over. It's done.
Oh, you're right, Lady Aaron D. It's Sauron. God, that just sounds like a burp.
I got gas.
EGV Monster with a 5 says, Gary, I have a question. Why was Angel cancelled? I heard it was because the head of the network cancelled it because he hated Joss Whedon.
Do you want me to answer this?
Yeah.
So they did hate Whedon a lot.
They
He had
did.
back and forth with them a whole bunch. He had to fight all the time and do a bit of threatening, different things. I think there's some stories, if you check all the Wikipedias, about times he threatened to walk based on decisions they wouldn't let him come through with on Buffy, Angel, Firefly, etc. But Firefly was the biggest evidence that they fucking hated him. There's lots of theories about them actively trying to destroy like the potential for the show with what they did with the airing out of order, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with.
Yes.
Because there are some episodes that were just downright ready to go, and there's no reason to air them out of order. And fans speculate like they at that point they were just fucking with the show, like they're just like, yeah, just put it out of order, fuck it. However, Angel.
Sorry,
What
didn't they say Fox is there used to be the mantra, I guess, of Fox, where sci-fi goes to die.
Yeah. And
Thanks,
Fox
bro.
was Fox was a production company, by the way. And they were still new at a lot of this. And they had a very different approach. And they didn't like him. They didn't like his politics. And he was an overall pain in the ass to deal with.
And so with Angel, he decided, I think it's something like the first time ever, he decided instead of letting it be a decision that comes once they're well into the season being completed or even released, because his actors, you see the idea is like if you're in a show and you film for season, let's just say season 3 or whatever, and you're like, so now do I make plans to continue staying in America so that I can film for season 4, or is my job done and we're actually done with this show and I can actually make plans to go home or organize jobs wherever I live that's not California? And so with that in mind, he decided from 4 to 5 that's how it went. And so with 5, he said like renew it for 6 so that I can tell everybody. That was apparently the reason that he wanted to be able to reassure the whole cast and crew that they would be staying for another year. And the producers were like, we're not going to be giving you another season until we see like how this one performs. And he was like, if you don't make a decision now, like you will basically like force their hand. And it sounds like they said, okay, then no, and it gets canceled. And so that's like, in a way, he like killed the show. But one could argue it was much more their mistake, because season 5 is like the best and most popular season of Angel, and they had said like had he waited, it would have gotten another season instead of forcing their hand. But he did it for the cast and crew, apparently, to get them reassurance on what they were doing, because they already knew that it was probably coming to an end.
Yeah, same thing happened to Battlestar Galactica. They caught wind it was going to get canceled, so that's why they ended it. They actually wanted to go a couple more seasons.
Ooh.
Yep.
Sele Akiba with a $5 says, excuse me. What do you guys believe US media can learn from anime and manga? In addition, why do you guys think about Night Agent Season 2? Night Agent? Never seen it.
Have not seen it yet.
I have not seen it.
And I don't think the US media is going to learn shit from shit as regards to anime and manga, because anything that is simply created for entertainment value and doesn't insert current local ideology, aka far left ideology in Hollywood, they will try and destroy, as we've seen time and time again. You're not allowed to make just an entertaining show anymore. Your show has to be saturated full of of what that Doctor Who writer wants to stick in, probably. Middle-aged boomer with a membership for 3 says, hey, has ever thought about playing MechWarrior / Battletech series? If not, why? Gary, read member chats out. Middle-aged boomer, I'm not massively into the mech genre. It doesn't do anything for me, I'm afraid. Tried to have a dabble once, didn't get into it. So
lasted 39 seconds, 38 seconds.
Yeah, 36
actually.
So I just move on to stuff which I've got much more of a palette for.
Yeah, I was talking about modern BSG, not old one.
Yeah.
Chat.
Malakot63 with the $10 says, I simply commented Steve Rogers is Captain America on Marvel's trailer on Instagram and people lost their freaking minds. My favorite response was, your racism is showing. Oh no. Boobs. Oh no, she got yeah, that's basically what somebody says when they don't have a true argument. What is the argument that Sam Wilson is Captain America? What is it? Because Steve Rogers gave him the shield.
Racism.
Okay. Everybody's racist. You're racist, Malika. Okay, that's my take. B Chain 35 with a $10 says some monies to the best show on the internet on Tuesdays that premieres at noon on Az's and Gary's channel. Love you guys as always at 5 p.m. UK time. Love you guys as always. Cheers. Also at nearly £30 down. Well done, sir.
Well done.
I mean, that's the metric that we're going for. That is the metric that we're going for. Snacks with a $5 says, trying to get into Moon Knight and Daredevil. Any recommendations for runs and those to avoid? Well, Miller's Daredevil.
Avoid Mark Waid's run.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty spectacular and consistent. Moon Knight. Oh God, go back to Bill Sienkiewicz. Start there. For me, stop when he starts getting like crazy multiple personalities.
Josh Kelsey dropping a $20. Josh, thank you so much indeed. Good to see you again, bud. Caleb Powell with a $5 says, if they didn't want to change T'Challa, why not have a trial by combat like they did in the first film 2 times and give it to someone else?
That's what I was wondering. Like, wouldn't Shuri get like have to go through the trial by combat?
So just so everyone remembers, the trial removes the Black Panther powers, and you have to fight as you are with maybe like she will get slaughtered by whoever decides to take that mantle. Is that going to be how they do it? Because that's going to be fucking awful. See, when she just gets beaten to death. Like, you yield. They were like, yes.
Ooh, Gary.
But I mean, that's how it works.
What I do now. That's
The
how it
amount of people
works.
who Fucking defended that shit.
But
when
that
they
is
made
a
that
super
video.
nation. Okay, that is a super advanced nation, right up there with Asgard, right? Who decides their leaders by trial by combat.
I was making fun of how retarded all of those systems were, and then commented obviously on how they raised their borders in like the Stone Age and never moved forward from them. How insane and nonsense that was. The primary criticism I got was, it's your British colonialist blood that's making you say these things.
Nice.
It's like, as though the British are the only ones that ever expanded past their own borders. Like,
Yeah, fucking Rome's there going, hey, the Mongols are like,
The
hey.
Mongols is like the biggest empire in the fucking world. It's like, whoa, we did it with horses, motherfucker.
I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're probably a descendant of mine, you little fuck. That's what Genghis will be doing. Anyway. Oh yeah, Valeris is up for pre-order on XO6.
Exciting. I don't do pre-orders anymore.
It's XO6.
I'm done.
Dude.
Done.
Direct
Nope.
at the source.
Never again. Never again. When it comes out, I'll pay if I miss it, I'll pay a little bit extra. If I really think I want it on eBay, I will never pre-order from a company again.
Kim Cattrall, dude.
Bro, you know how much money I lost from
I know.
Big Chief Studios.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
again.
Mm-hmm. God, please Academy. Kim Cattrall did so much for me. Kale Johnson with a $10 says, happy late birthday, as I've been watching you all on here and on FNT for a few years now. Thank you, Kale. If it weren't for people like y'all, I wouldn't have half the amount of reading and TV material to enjoy. God bless. Nice one, dude. Thank you. What's XO6? XO6 is a company that just does Star Trek 1 in 6 scale figures.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Section 31 line. Is that going to be coming out soon?
I'm going to press X it out. It's like everything gets sold out, and then you go to see what's in stock, and it's like the Discovery stuff.
It's Michael Burnham. Yeah. Hey, remember when one of the reasons Big Chief Studios went basically ripped off all their customers? Russell T Davies has said nothing about this. They were officially licensed 1/6 scale company for Doctor Who that went out of business and ripped everybody off. And we all got emails going, so sorry.
Sorry, took all your money.
They had the first female Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker available for pre-order. They had made 350 and they couldn't sell it out worldwide.
Yeah. I will absolutely be getting the Lego Enterprise D. They're releasing a Lego Enterprise D later this year.
Crazy.
Mikey Gusler with $2 says that Superman fly face though, right? Oh, it's gonna be a great film. Best Superman film ever. Ray Gonzalez with a $5 says, what's in Italy that makes actors say the dumbest things ever? The mafia?
The wine? I don't know.
Sebastian Derkach has become a member. Thank you, Sebastian. Goger with a 50 Swedish says, happy birthday again. Why is Gary wearing the libertarian flag? Feels a bit random.
A Liberian flag.
Libertarian flag?
Oh, Liberian flag. Sorry.
I'm Captain Liberia.
Okay.
I'm Captain Libertarian.
I just saw lib and then just thought libertarian.
Everything should be legal. Let's go.
Labia. Why are you wearing a labia flag?
Captain Labia. All right.
Captain Labia. 9 and a 23 with a $5 says current day Marvel makes me miss Lionsgate animated Ultimate Avenger movies. They had actual Captain America and even a Hulk that you should fear.
Yeah, those were fun. The Iron Man one and the Doctor Strange one are really good. I remember those.
And yet here we are. Dennis with a $5 says American academics on principle. Academics on principle.
Academics.
Dude, who today? Like,
I don't know what's happened. It's just
Dude, fucking
It
text me, your brain's
It turns
melted.
exactly. I was just gonna say it. Took the words right out of my mouth. You hit the
What?
wall, buddy.
I know.
Academy. That's what you deserve for that one.
I don't even know what this one does. Hold on.
See, I'll send you my. I had to fix all these recordings because you can upload your own, right? So
Okay.
you need this.
Yeah. American academics. On principle, I cannot buy Captain America or Superman comics. So you snub Jewish immigrant creators that added to America. Yeah.
Well, yep.
Well, they probably got free Palestine flags.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably checks out. So. Talking about San Francisco State. That's where, if you don't know, San Francisco State is where it went viral that black girl got mad at the white dude for having dreads, saying that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Obviously not thinking about like, well, actually the Vikings had dreads. So
this is so many. It's dreads are from so many different fucking.
so many different, and it comes from not washing your hair.
It's like when they think black people are the only slaves that's ever been on planet. Fucking, it's the same rule of retardation. Dawnbreaker with a $5 says, I love Moon Knight, but they ruined him in 2014 with that multi-personality disorder bullshit. Robert White with a £5 says, I wonder how much this statement from Anthony will cost the film. Somewhere between 10 to 20 million easily.
I think you could put a number on it. I don't think that's why Marvel came out and pushed that bullshit budget of 180 million.
Yeah,
they're trying to hedge their bets.
What was that absolute fucking joke?
Dude, it was so funny that like all at once my phone, like from my 3 Marvel people, they just LOL bullshit, like,
yeah.
And then one of them said, no, that was the reshoots. That's how much the reshoots cost. So and they're doing that because it's going to make
for the original.
Well, it's so when it makes $500 or $600 million worldwide, they can say it turned a profit. That's what they're saying. But they're still lying. They're lying to their shareholders, which is illegal. But it's Hollywood math. It's all Hollywood math.
Dr. Schlurpo has been a member for 8 months. Dr. Schlurpo, thank you. Dawnbreaker with a $5 said he was better when he just had multiple identities to get information or to get what he wanted, but no.
Yes.
Gotta make him inclusive.
No, you're talking about Moon Knight, right?
Yeah.
So the different identities to get the job done is fine, but making it part of just multiple personality disorder was stupid. I fucking hated that. So that's where the line is drawn, is the multiple personality disorder.
Isn't that the show that had the fake Mandarin in it? Sorry, I need to be more specific. The fake Mandarin language in it. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
The Moon Knight
Chishudo or something like that.
I can't believe I just said it has the fake Mandarin, and that could mean many things.
Yes. Are you talking about Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that's the show where the black girl says something in Mandarin, and then the people who spoke it were reacting, and they're like, "What the fuck did she just say?"
Yeah, people who knew the language they just spoke gobbledygook.
Yeah, she might as well have gone ching chong bing bong ding dong.
You should have just got DSP to do that. In China, they say chitty chong chong, chitty chong. Just get DSP there. Fucking, he would have sorted it out. Shadow Saiyan 737 with a $10 says, you know who's leading the Avengers? Captain Carter.
You're probably not wrong. Captain Carter will be in these in Secret Wars for sure. I don't know about
in these insufferable movies.
Well, at least we'll be able to look at her tits, unless they cover them up with some boob armor bullshit.
They banged it right down, man.
They will put a concrete wall in.
Well, dude, remember Endgame? Scarlett Johansson had a metal plate over her fucking tits. I'm like, what are you doing?
Dr. Schlurpo with a $5 says happy belated birthday as Hail
was it?
Gary
Infinity
Baller
War.
in chat. Just a quick note. My donation is in Schlurpos. That's why there's an S before the slash. Oh my goodness me.
What's the exchange rate on that one?
Dude, it's high.
It's huge.
It's high. That's
It's schlipalicious is what people usually
Yes,
say.
I'm gonna get so many sneams with those.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Dr. Schlurpo. It's only once you turn 50, so you have to milk it like a fucking Frisian cow. Stephen D with a £5 says, did anyone want to read Thor, God Butcher? Please, could you explain to Mauler how much better that would have been than Love and Blunder?
Oh, dude, if they adapted that, it would have been good.
I don't know if it's easy to find or not, but obviously when that film was coming out, we had a bunch of real BBCs talking about the potential, not only of the simple notion of like a guy who wants to kill gods, but also all the stuff from the comics. But yeah, huge shit. The thing is, Love and Thunder, like to say, is like, oh, they missed out on the potential. Blah, blah. It's like, that's down the list, man. That film is a catastrophe. Like, it's not even remotely.
Dude, wasting Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Wasting Christian
And
Bale.
they had him in such a way that was like for free. He was going to give them top-notch acting, and he was just there for the whole project because he was doing it for his kids, right, or something.
Yeah, kids. Yep.
How is it that we ended up getting him for that one? Like of all the fucking movies, dude.
I bet you there's people going, "Oh yeah, Christian Bale was in it." Yes.
Well, he's
And
the
remember-
only one in the film that looks like he gives a shit. Remember, he gives like an actual performance on several scenes.
Jesus Christ. And that was the time people were going, this film is a triumph. Remember that whole triumph era we were in? Remember when Simu Liu called me out and others for saying his movie flopped when his fucking movie flopped?
Well, hey, dude, any day now, Shang-Chi 2's coming.
It's coming.
Veal with a €5 says Veil Guard Insanity video made me laugh so much I started coughing blood. Oopsies.
Oh.
Went to the doctor and waiting for results. Thanks for saving my life, Az. Okay. Hope it's all good.
You're a hero.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with the $10 says Deadpool being the leader was usually a gag that ended in disaster for the team. X-Force dying in Deadpool 2. Please make Deadpool the leader in Avengers.
Yes. I want it. Yes. Him
Correct,
leading all of the ones I named going against Doctor Doom and just setting him up for the slaughter. Go, Miss Marvel. I believe in you.
I would love that. That would be amazing. And they'll never do it. Az, contain yourself.
I'm snorting. I'm going to do the wrong thing. With a $5. The ending stinger will literally be End of Dallas, revealing Phase 4/5. It was just a dream. And Stephen Widow all in the shower with Bobby Ewing. Yes, sir.
And all you're thinking is difficult, but not impossible.
It's a tough one, but I reckon I can get there. Gay Carpenter with a $10 says the answer is that smog from cars in the LA Valley has been replaced with vegetarian farts. Brain rot.
Oh my god, I love AI.
I know. Second legend with a $10 says, what y'all think of the reveal that all Spider-Men in the multiverse are champions of an African spider god? Like how Black Panther is the champion of Bast. I think it's more devaluing of Peter.
What?
Yes.
African spider god?
I can't remember any of that.
So, is that in the was it the? That's not the spider totem. That's not African. Was that African? I thought that was South American, but it's been a minute since I read it.
What do I think? No. Pseudo sign with a $12 says, I used to assume the universe, the MCU was in the fucking name. the cinematic universe. That's why it's why I had a little problem with these clowns changing shit. They just stir the pot for no good reason.
Anansi, yeah, that's Anansi, the spider god. That's right. Thank you.
That's the thing. We've always been
I
of
hate
the
getting
opinion they
old.
can change things as a different continuity, but it's so weird to just completely ignore all the potential from some of the better storylines in the comics and stuff. But I mean, that conversation is long dead. You know, the nature of not taking full advantage of the comics when adapting. We're not even close to, liking most of the fucking movies anyway.
Ed Song with a $10 says, Mauler, why have you abandoned me? /read in French accent. Go for it.
Wait, you or me?
You.
Why did you not tell me that Saran is a sex criminal? He made Caleb Bob play with his huge. It is unnatural.
That was pretty good.
Oh, mais oui! C'est vrai. Zeddy Boy with a $2 says, hashtag make writing great again. Oh, that's racist. Redacted for you with a $5 says, Perry White in Superman Returns. Does he still stand for truth, justice, all that stuff? Anthony Mackie, hold my beer. Scotty's been a member for 23 months. Thank you, Scotty. Bigger Baggy Bandeem with a £10 says, are you happy with how Palace have improved this season? As an Ipswich fan, I do think we'll survive this. Do you think we'll survive this season? Lads. Yeah, well, apart from being beaten this Sunday at home, we do seem to have an issue playing at Selhurst Park this season, and then it is annoying. But yes, we have been dramatically better.
Are you talking about soccer?
Football, yes. Is it Twitch going to survive? I don't want to black pill you, but I can't see it. I can't see it. I think you're going to get relegated, and I'm sorry, but I think you're going to go down. NDI with a $5 says, do we have to do with Section 31? Is pre-TOS. They use TOS star dates at the beginning, 1213. The earliest star date in TOS is 1312. That's why it's messed up the used bad dates. I think that's the least
bad dates. There's a Raiders Lost
Ark. Raiders Lost Ark reference.
Yeah, yeah, they talk about that in Red Letter Medias, and like, fuck, star dates were supposed to be kind of, I think they're what I can't say for sure. There was a pattern to them, but they were meant to be vague, so the writers could play with them a little bit. But there was symmetry with them, right? So the star date they start out with in Section 31 is before Discovery. So, like, that's why that one's, I think it was 1.2 something. And I just had to fucking look it up on a star date calculator. And maybe it was after. I don't want to go back and watch it.
M2M with a $5 says large budgets aren't the problem. It is actually partially a problem. It really is. It's how you use art direction. Watchmen and Sin City made the most out of their budgets. They look better than MCU. Certainly budgets are being mismanaged, but budgets are out of control, and that's why they are getting mismanaged.
Yeah, Sin City's, I mean, a green screen movie, basically.
Yeah. Which
is amazing.
Essentially what most movies are nowadays.
We need that in 4K, by the way. We need a Sin City in 4K. That needs to happen.
Super Mastermind with a $5 says Gunbuster, look it up. Spaceships and aliens, and the effects are high speed on time. Try not to cry at the end. Okay. Got a gravy with a £10. It says, as it took me 3 days to realize you share your birthday with me, Mum. I missed that one harder than Michael Bay missed the mark when he made Pearl Harbor. Sweet Jesus, Pearl Harbor sucked, and I miss you. Got a gravy. Big love to your mama. Oh, well, don't worry, I'll tell her tonight. But thank you so much indeed, dude.
Yeah, so the Spider God from the JMS run with the Spider Totem stuff that came out like 20 years ago.
Oh.
It was going right when I bought my store. But JMS's run on Amazing Spider-Man is like some stuff's really fucking good and some stuff not so much. He made a lot of changes.
And
Including having these little spikes coming out of his wrists and shit.
Okay. Ed Song with the $10 says, I will tell you how to deal with failure, Gary. You point to Mauler and blame him for his length. Everything is his fault, and there is no way he can't be out of the way. Oh,
That's mean.
Lemuel Dag. Oh my God. David with a 250 Argentinian laser pistols says, Happy 50th, as I regret showing your baby blues to my X-ray girl. Speaking of, Gary, my X-ray girl is asking why your X-ray girl isn't in the real BBC intro. For shame. Morley, if you're really Welsh, then eat a whale. Hail.
Well, blame the Asian. He left her out.
Blasian.
I would say X-Ray Girl has to earn it.
Well, she's only in one every 2 episodes. Fuck her.
She's listening right now.
So much in the one that
if Kara's listening, she's listening right now. So
I
just
know.
heard that.
That's
I disavow X-Ray Girl.
Yeah,
you'll
me
earn
too.
it someday.
I double down. Young Tov with a 3-month membership says, Hell to all, Captain Comrade, eh? I'll take Captain Planet over Captain DIE. Yeah. They got a gravy with a £10 says, question for y'all. Favorite not E.T. film that is a film similar in tone and story to E.T. that isn't E.T.
Oh my God.
I'm a fan of Short Circuit and Batteries Not Included. Saw them as a kid. Still love them.
You're talking to 2 people over 50 now. Like, we have to remember things.
I'm sort of like E.T.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I swear to God, that is the first thing that popped into my head. First thing that popped into my head was Close Encounters.
I like it better than I like E.T. I love E.T. E.T.'s a great movie.
Also Goonies. I'd put Goonies in there as well.
How does something count or not? Like what's
an E.T.? So it's a child protecting some little creature.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I'll tell you that. We'll tell that. Yes, yeah. There you go. There's some answers for you. Mr. Tickle Trunk with the 2 Canadian says, as his rant gave me a raging nerd on. Oh, thank you, baby.
Is it still going? You might have to call a doctor at this point.
Yeah, you might have taken the wrong pill. Daniel Rude has been a member for 7, says, I don't care about most of the names they call us, except for Phobic. That one annoys me because I don't like them, but I'm not scared of them.
Well, that's what they want, though. That's why they put that term on it.
Yeah.
It's to make you sound...
No, I'm not scared. I just fucking hate you.
You're scared. It's like...
Corn Pop with a $2 says, Block Pop. Okay. iBird. Pegsy with a £5 says, given recent drama, would you rather the conversation between Daredevil and Punisher or Batman and Joker in the Dark Knight?
Oh, man. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I'm going with Daredevil and Punisher.
Oh.
I agree.
Yeah,
I love their conversation. It's like peak. It's one of the best ones.
So fucking good.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
A lot of people criticize Daredevil season 2. It's my favorite. I fucking love it. It's got the hand. It's got the Punisher. It's got Elektra.
Hand was good. Cladex with an 8-month membership says, remember in Next Generation when they had natives in a planet inside the Cardassian border? Yes. Man, that was good. By the way, Morley, have you seen Spawn on HBO?
Oh
no.
That is good.
Is that a movie or TV show?
It is an animated show that and it gets Todd McFarlane's there introducing it. And David Keith voices Spawn, and it's early HBO doing their own shit.
Do you mean Keith David?
Keith David. So they said David Keith. Keith David. Not David Keith. One's white, one's black. Okay.
Yeah.
all those Keith, David Keiths look the same to me. Okay.
Wow.
No, it's so fucking good.
Alright.
Yeah, they only have it in DVD right now, but you can still get it in DVD. Yeah.
They got a gravy again with a £10 says, well, he just torpedoed his show. Daredevil, dead on arrival, more like. Hard agree with Mauler. Daredevil and Punisher scenes are god tier. 1 batch, 2 batch scenes in the graveyard brought a tear to my eye.
Could have just said fucking nothing and let the show come out and speak for itself.
Yes.
I can't wait to watch it again. I'm like to get prepared for Born Again. I'm gonna just run through all. I can't wait.
Me and Frank are gonna rewatch it as well.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing to do. I watched season 1 not too long ago. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I did too.
Sele Akiva
Yes.
with
So
a
good.
$2 says, have you all seen the Snow White chat music video?
Dude, you need to pull it up and play it.
Dude, we can't.
Dude, you need to pull it up and play it. I'll stay extra. I don't care. I have work to do and I'm sick.
What if he doesn't want to stay?
Yeah, what
It's just a minute. It's just 1 minute.
okay. Snow
The chat demands it.
Chat.
Nobody's
music,
demanded it yet, but I'm
Chat
speaking
music?
for you, chat.
chat music.
Chat music, Snow White.
Okay, here we go.
There you go. Pull it up. Do it
But-
as.
Oh, I have watched it. Oh yeah, I've watched this. It's funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do this.
It's not
Okay.
that long.
Yeah. I've seen this, but it's good.
Go subscribe to chat music.
Yes. Subscribe to chat music. I'm just gonna drop you through it, Sally. Good.
I didn't realize that's what these were. I've seen that before. They're funny as fuck.
Yeah, they're good. I've seen a couple now. They're good.
That's
they're
where
good.
Perry got the forehead thing for Ryan. So that is clever. Good shit. I wish they'd do one for Rings of Power, man. That comment section is fire.
Grinante with a £10 says, I see as his throat has recovered from the ladyboy.
Dude, how long were you sick?
I wasn't sick. I was sick for like 3 or 4 days, but my voice was done for 3-4 weeks. 3-4 weeks.
Maybe stop sucking all that cock and you'll be fine.
Never. Can't stop, won't stop. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you anyway. Stephen De Leon with a $5 says, which character was ruined more besides the Hulk? Drax, Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
You
You can't even say ruined. Like they fucked it up from the beginning. Like Drax, they ruined, right? Drax.
The Hulk, though. They turned him into the Hulk.
Oh, they said besides the Hulk, though.
Oh, sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah, but if like Hulk, yes, they turned him into a fucking dumb fucking hippie Birkenstock wearing pussy. And guess what? He's coming back as Savage Hulk in Spider-Man 4 as the Savage Hulk with the Punisher in Spider-Man 4.
Whatever. The God of Gravy with a £5 says, the Born Again showrunner is giving me strong George Lucas complaining about Titanic making bank whilst on this set of Phantom Menace overcompensating. Zan Zoltan with a membership for 43 says, never forget Hollywood hates us, but that is how Hollywood is. Fuck him. Hell Mauler, Nerdrotic and Az. Hell Zan Zoltan. Scott Duncan with a $5 says, is Cap AA now competing with the Marvels for lowest grossing Marvel movie? It was already a hard pass for me, but how many did he turn away? I think it's going to do much better than that.
It'd do better than the Marvels.
It's going to lose a lot of
Got
money.
Harrison Ford. I mean, you got to look at it from like the pure normie perspective. It's got Harrison Ford.
That didn't help Indiana fucking Jones.
Good point.
Yeah, but nobody knows, Harrison Ford is connected to Indiana Jones. That's like
Reno the Turk with a $2 says, you notice the David
Cockeyed sweat.
East Coast Coast Toasty Boy with the $10 is the modern audience is the audience that's invested in said brand currently, and that's us fans. They don't want the modern audience. They want a non-audience because leftists will never be customers. Correct. Modern audience doesn't exist. It's never existed. A modern audience is fans. Reno the Turk with the $2 is, by the way, she's the bird. Mola, she's the bird.
Well, she's still in the cage.
Oh. East Coast Toasty Boy again with the $2 says, Gary sounded like a Femiazzi. Oh. Spartan Bot 1001 with a $5 says, that song Friday is in, I don't know, is in a 4/4 times signature at 130 BPM. Any song that uses that combo, many pop songs, should work with that.
Yep.
edit. Our Robbo Ross with a £5 says, as his crowd cheering sounds like it's from a lame golf match, aka
Yes.
a regular golf match.
That's like my AA meeting when you announce your name. My name is Gary. I'm alcoholic.
The legendary Golden Spork with a $2 says, waffle, don't you mean waffy? Beardo would agree. Who's that? JRL1436 with a $20 says, me. My trust in DC is very low, James Gunn. There is... okay. It should have been on the other one. Me, my trust in DC is very low. James Gunn. There is no CGI in Superman. Me, I don't trust Marvel writer, Daredevil director. Character drama is boring and nobody likes it. Why do these people want to burn their franchises?
I don't know.
They're stupid. They're stupid. David Gannon with a $5. They think that you're dumber than they are, and that's unfortunately not the case. The audience in the case with a lot of these people is way smarter than the people that are making these projects, and so that's why they end up sounding like fucking buffoons. David Gannon with a $5 says, don't you remember that video a bunch of sickos made singing we're coming for your kids? Yeah, was it we'll convert your children or something? Yeah, they kind of gave themselves away. Jester of Roanoke with a $2 says, one hard drive check and they'll need another writer, right? Oh, I don't know. It's the UK, mate. They'll probably promote them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if it's a different country, maybe. But this is the UK, so. Nick the Greek with a $5 says, I have a book for these people. It's titled On Your Way to the Wood Chipper. NDI with a $2 says, to be honest, we should be looking at the publisher. We should very much be looking at the author. Joke of all butts and the publisher, but author definitely first and foremost. Joke of all butts with a 20 Danish says, what happened to Nurse Watt? It was a good meme. Well, nobody cares.
That's so true. The meme died because the source of memeing is dead.
Yeah. Wow. Somebody with a 25 Polish says, would you like your kid Dan Vasked, tranned, grooming gangs, or knifed at a Taylor Swift dance class? BBC and British government probably. Wood chipper. Kara has been a member for 19 months. As happy birthday week as birthday month. Hashtag birthday month. Thank you. Dave's Pepsi with a 5 Canadian says, question to Gary. Why didn't Jenny, 10th Doctor daughter, wasn't picked to be the new Doctor Who? I may have missed your past answer.
Oh, why wasn't she picked? Good question. Maybe she was asked and didn't want to do it.
I think she's too busy having David Tennant's babies.
And then transitioning one of them. But yeah, she was a little busy. Yeah, that's Peter Davidson's daughter too. Yeah, yes. I don't know. I know Chibnall liked, like Jodie Whittaker was it from pretty much day one. Like all that audition shit. Like she worked with him on what was that
Broadchurch.
show? Broadchurch. Yeah, that really cheery show with a bunch of Doctor Who actors in it.
Oh,
really,
which, by the way, had Fredo's in it.
Fucking yeah, dude.
Oh, cheap. 8 o'clock with a $5 says it's the strategy cinema wins used. Pretend you want the Emperor in the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, pretend. Jedi has been a member for 15 months. Says he even sounded like Miles Morales in the trailer. Yeah, he was trying to black speak. He's being very racist. A woman with a 5 Canadian. This is apparently the Asian chick is Nico Minoru from The Runaways. Not sure why she's in the Spider-Man cartoon. Insert username with the 2 Australians. Says it's a bit late, but happy birthday, is. Thank you. Did us with a $2 is the Working Man film is Chuck Dixon's Live on Trade.
Yes, it is. And I can't wait to see it. David Ayer, directed by David Ayer.
Ordinary Adonis 87 with a $5 says Joe remember Sliders and Eureka. Yes, sir. There was a time when Sci-Fi Channel had great shows and the original movies were so fun to make fun of. Yes.
Breaking news.
Uh-huh.
As it stands right now, guys.
Yeah.
And gals of both genders.
The
Blade movie is dead.
Gary, I'm going to give you my absolutely surprised face.
Okay, please continue with Super.
He doesn't look that surprised.
I don't know, Mona. Maybe because I think it was around 2, maybe even 3 years ago. I said, this film is never getting made.
It was just too complicated. It was too complicated of a plot.
Right.
Yeah.
Japanese Demon Lord with a $5 says, is it just me or does Eric July's Rippaverse animations look 100 times better than this Disney Spider-Man? It's not just you. Calioth with a $10 says, just getting power back here, so I may have missed this. Any thoughts on Hasbro going tabletop gaming? And will it be a blip or only? Will it be a blip only or potentially the start of a trend as they move to IP like Disney? I don't know, but Hasbro are in big trouble, dude. They're in big trouble. And I don't know if they're going to get out of it, period.
As long as Roboson keeps making toys, I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, the execs at Hasbro, they want to get out of toys. They don't think Hasbro's a toy company. And I mean, you could argue from what they've been putting out, they're not a toy company because most of the toys have been.
Do they want to become a lifestyle brand? As
yeah, they think they're a
bunch of women got out of fucking with their women's studies and marketing fucking degrees of convinced a bunch of boomers that everything needs to be a lifestyle brand.
Yeah. Remember when Xbox Morley said that we're a home entertainment system?
Uh-huh.
How did that work out for them?
You talking about when they were launching, was that Xbox One?
Yeah.
Was that the time where they did a big thing about sports as well?
Yes.
And I just remember the vibe at the time.
Was it fantasy football?
Yeah, because it was a crazy time because it was trying to figure out what the fuck's next. Everyone was in terms of like where's everything going, and obviously gamers were like, I don't know, games. let's try games.
Crispy Lewis 95 with a $5 said making the Falcon the new Captain America is an insult to one of Marvel's OG black characters. It should just be called a Falcon movie.
Yeah. The Falcon, Brave New World. Fixes a lot of problems.
They only see legitimacy in white characters, and that's why. And they think giving a white guy's hand-me-downs is empowering when it's actually insulting. But these decisions are often made by white people, white liberal people. So make of that as you will. Savage Africanus with a $2 says, thanks, Gary, for all your help. Abigail with a 23 months is 50 years of pain and suffering. Still a shorter time between A Dance of Dragons and the Winds of Winter release. Yep, probably. Jesus Davila with a 36 months says, smash that like. Ryan White with a 20 Canadian says, Mola, I have a boner to pick with you.
Look at that.
As agreed that Deadpool and Wolverine had heart. I recently watched it and I agree the cameos lost its flavor already. But the ending scene destroying the time splitter had heart. Happy birthday. Okay.
Yeah, I would give it.
I can't.
You can't look at it. All right, you got to look away. I give that not to the writing, but to the performances that moment, because that whole sequence makes no fucking sense at all. But those two with the music, I'm not going to deny that it can give people feelings, but I wouldn't blame the script for that.
That profile picture, I'm just going to say we've all been there, bro.
Piston with a €2 says, who is the better flyer, Black Adam or Superman?
The better flyer?
Oh, I think, is he taking the piss out how they looked in the movie?
God, yeah, that's it's close, but there's the Snyder fans are really on top of this shit. There's a lot. They did that with Adam Warlock. They did it with the Batman. It's like an overused, it's a really overused shot.
Yes. Raven Black Sparrow plays with a $10 says, welcomes to the 50 club. So here's an extra 5 for the hoose. Thank you, Raven. Appreciate you, dude. Aurora Uplinks with a $5 says, we need a comic series that follows a new Time Lord. Could be a chance to build up interest in a new character and their personality. Could be fun. Move away. Let's just make a completely new one, you know?
Well, they had that chance. They could have had a Time Lady.
Yeah. I even proposed the idea because Susan was still alive. I mean, the actress playing Susan was still alive. You could have started a show with her dying off and regenerating into a younger female Time Lord.
Honey. You could have done. You could have made more Doctor Who. You still have the male Doctor, and then you have a Time Lady, and then you could do some other side show with Torchwood or something like that. And no, they decided to ruin it all. So now they can't. Well, we are getting the Unit show.
Oh,
right?
Fuck off! Nobody.
And I hope they call it the Unit.
Yeah, the Unit. Call it Unit.
Call it the Unit.
Russell T. Davis's Unit.
Yep. It's Joe
Papa Sergio with a $5 says, am I the only one who thinks that Black Adam movie was just the Scorpion King again? Monster trapped in a tomb turns out to help people.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. Closing the circle.
Or up links for the $5 is a time, but I wouldn't know because I never saw it, nor do I care. A Time Lord focused on helping societies develop technology or something to help stave off wars over resources by advancing their technologies faster. There's lots of things you can do, dude.
And they didn't do them.
And they didn't do any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Robs with Ty Robs 89 with a $5 says, hey Mola, I watched Hill House and really liked it, except the last episode. Do you recommend Blythe Manor or no? Also, Gary, please recommend Spider-Man comics.
Please recommend Spider-Man. Where do you want to start? You want to start at the beginning, go find some Marvel Essentials and read the Ditko Lee Spider-Man. They're the little black and white ones. You can find them at used bookstores. That's the cheapest way to see the most comic books. That's where you start. You start at the beginning. You start at the beginning. Because Spider-Man... Oh, go on.
Well, I'll go after you with the comic stuff.
Well, real quick, Spider-Man is not like... It's not like Batman. Like Batman, you can read like fucking... Dark Knight Returns. You can read like little short stories, Batman Year One to get you into that. Like Spider-Man doesn't really have that. It's in continuity for the most time. I could tell you to read Kraven's Last Hunt or Torment, or Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut, stuff like that, which is great. I just dived in. I think my first Spider-Man comic was Marvel Team Up 42. And then I just dug back in the past, but I wouldn't read anything new. That's for sure.
I love Bly Manor. It's my favorite of Flanagan's shows. But go in with your expectations that not horror. A lot of people didn't find it to be the experience they were looking for. Like with Hill House, a very different show with a different story to tell. But it's I think the character work is excellent in it.
Oh,
also, you probably like House of Usher. Check that out as well. And Midnight Mass. People love Midnight Mass.
That House of Usher.
What?
Somebody mentioned in the chat. Hang on a second. Somebody mentioned this in the chat, so I have to show and tell. You could get this. Now, there was a time this thing was worth $500. It's now you can get it for like $15. So if you got a CD-ROM player, because these are all PDFs, you get 500 complete printable cover-to-cover issues, every issue to March 2003 of The Amazing Spider-Man. And they were wondering, how did so many of our comics ended up on pirating sites at the time? And they didn't think about it when they released this fully downloadable CD-ROM thing of PDFs.
Hello,
yes.
fellow kids. Nate the Scott with a membership for 28 says happy birthday. And I just found out I've got a date for an operation I've literally been waiting for 10 years. Nice. Congratulations on your breast implant. Let's go. All the best, Nate. Seriously, though. All the best, mate. Griffnizzle with a $10 says highly underrated ET style movie. The Explorers, great young actors. Try not to think about what happened to them. And a great story and soundtrack. Stand By Me. I love Stand By Me. I think Stand By Me is a fucking great film as well. Robert White with a £10 says 600 million for Captain Foraz. Probably somewhere in the region of like 420 million. Somewhere around there. I can't see what you can appeal to for it doing much more than double of what the Marvels did. So I think between about 350 and 400 million worldwide. Oh, for 600, my guess, my guesstimate it's going to do about 550 to 650. That's my guess that the movie would do worldwide.
I think that's a reasonable guess.
And budget-wise, it's probably hitting north of 400 million.
Yep, with marketing.
Yeah. Nino.
But hey, no, real quick though. But hey, you go ahead and just believe everything Disney and the access media, the corporate access media tells you and takes it as fucking gospel. You just go ahead and believe that shit.
Remember, they made one film, did reshoots, ditched, made a second film, did reshoots, then ditched, and pretty much did half of another film as a reshoot. And then, as Gary said, most likely still in the process of editing that now. And they want to call that 180 million. No, sir.
No way.
No, sir. Sir, no, sir. Nino Wesley with a $2 says, my mom, nom et film Jack Frost. Don't judge me. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Dad Builds with a $5 says, pick your demise, 2 hours, 15 minutes of current pop music, or watch Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Thanks for what you all do. And Gary, I sent you an email.
I'd rather listen to pop music.
I think I would as well. I'm not even joking. I think I probably
you might find one or two songs you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad.
It's okay. It's got a catchy tune. Saleh. Aggie Bay, I will get that right, maybe one day. With a $5 says, Gary, you're a real inspiration. Despite the issues you faced, you're able to stand on your own 2 feet and take care of your family. Respect.
Thank you.
Saleh's back with another 2 saying, y'all should try Solo Leveling and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is, that's one I would like to see.
FMA Brotherhood's good shit. I've seen it all.
Ooh. Magnum Norse with a $10 says, am I the only one who shit my pants after hearing that Robert Eggers is going to do a werewolf movie?
No, it sounds really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already expecting an incredibly vicious werewolf, which is what I want to see.
Yep.
Yes. And Magnum Norse with a $10 says, apparently, according to Trump, the trans lady that Az had proclivities for is now officially a woman. So now he can wink it without feeling any shame. No comment. Right, before we go, Molly, anything you'd like to plug before we go?
Nah.
No. Okay, it's fair enough. A quote that you'd like to leave with?
Good news is always on the way.
Gaddy! Anything you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
Tomorrow, be with Chris Gore. Thursday will be the square up that I was supposed to do. Monday, because I was feeling poopy. And may the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Old school, great stuff. Old school nerd erotic. Chat, they'll come down. This was on a bit of a joke today, actually. Thank you so much, everyone who came to watch today. And again, everyone who turned up to one of our birthday streams or the birthday aftermath for my 50th. Thank you so much indeed for tremendous support, tremendous love from all of you. Thank you. But massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Next week, we will be back on Gary's channel. Tomorrow, I'll be on Eric's channel for Rip und the Silverback, which is 7:30 UK time, 1:30 Central time. The Great War of Separation comes out for pre-order tomorrow on the Rippaverse site. So stay tuned for that. You probably want to watch Rip and the Silverback for some deets about it. Thank you for watching. Mods, thank you very much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you so much indeed for supporting the channel. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Belobo.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
As you didn't